frigid night at Northern Illinois. The two hottest teams in the MAC play the conference game of the year. Jordan Lynch and the Huskies could bust the BCS again. But Lynch will have to outduel Keith Winning and a Ball State offense averaging 40 points per game. Northern Illinois meets Ball State now. Welcome to ESPN College Football Primetime, and welcome to DeKalb, Illinois, home of the number 15 team in the BCS standings. It is the Huskies of Northern Illinois taking on Ball State, and so much on the line tonight. Two teams tied atop the Western Division in the MAC, at least Northern Illinois a half game back, but the winner of this game has the inside track to the championship game, and of course Northern Illinois would like nothing better than to bust the BCS again. They have to go undefeated to do it. I'm Bob Wischusen here with Desmond Howard. Quinn Kesnick will join us in just a moment. Big games. You played in many of them.
Yes, sir.
I can't imagine what must be going through these players' minds right now, trying to settle down for what should be a lot of fun tonight.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think both teams are really excited about this game. Talking to the coaches, their guys are really up for this matchup. It's a huge game, and whoever wins is in control of the Western Division of the MAC Conference. And we all know that Northern Illinois, they'll love to be the BCS buster once again. So a lot on the line tonight, Bob.
What we're really excited for is to watch this duel between these quarterbacks, because Jordan Lynch, he is literally the do-everything signal caller for Northern Illinois.
Oh, Bob, we spent some time with him yesterday afternoon, and what a delight to be around. I mean, this kid can't do it all. Obviously, to me, he's the max version of Tim Tebow, a very durable runner, loves to run in between the tackles, but he can throw the ball, too. And you'll see tonight, he also caught a touchdown earlier in the season. There he is right there. So you'll get a chance to watch all his talents on display tonight.
32 total touchdowns this season for Jordan Lynch. That's a lot of points. Now, having said that, he has received all of the publicity. If I'm Keith Winning in Ball State, I might resent that a bit. Keith Winning certainly has put up tremendous numbers.
Yeah, Keith Winning is a quarterback who's been in the system for 3 years. I mean, he has all the records, the touchdown records, yards, completions, and attempts. He throws the ball with uncanny accuracy. Speaking to some NFL scouts who are here today, they said they were very surprised. They watched him practice just how accurate he is. And he's a better athlete than people give him credit for, too. I can't wait to watch him against this Huskies defense, Bob.
Well, how good are these two quarterbacks? The 10 finalists for the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award announced today. And among the other 8 finalists, we find both Jordan Lynch and Keith Winning. The duel begins when we return to DeKalb in just a moment. The top spot in the MAC West on the line.
ESPN College Football Primetime, brought to you by Chick-fil-A. We didn't invent the chicken, just the chicken sandwich. And new Jockey Sport underwear. Get real odor control, cooling, and quick drying with Jockey Sport.
Goodyear knows there are times when you need to get out at a moment's.
Visit ESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app to watch ESPN live anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by Vizio.
Back here in DeKalb, where Ball State won the toss, deferred, so it will be Northern Illinois with the football first. And Quinn Kesnick trying to stay warm down there.
Cold and windy, 29 degrees right now, wind out of the west, 15 miles an hour. That's right to left, straight down this field. These heaters on the sideline will come in handy. 2 areas of impact, the kicking game, both on return men, punters, kickers, and then ball security. Both coaches emphasize that a cold ball is less pliable. They're focused on ball security, Bob.
Well, Desmond, you played in Michigan, certainly in the elements. You played in Green Bay, certainly in the elements. How long does it take a player in conditions like this to get acclimated, especially those return guys that sometimes come off the bench cold?
Yeah, I think the ball security is a major issue because the ball becomes a little slick. I think it's going to be up to the ball boys to try to keep the balls warm, keep them wrapped up, and make sure that every time you're in a crowd, cover the ball with both hands.
Scott Secor kicks it off. And you would think most kicks tonight would be returnable. It'll be hard to kick it deep into the end zone. And upended at the 12-yard line was Paris Logan. So already field position an issue for Northern Illinois. Quentin Cooper made the stop on special teams, and that brings out arguably the best dual threat quarterback certainly at this level of college football. Jordan Lynch, 21-2 as a starter. Over 3,000 yards of total offense, 32 touchdowns in total. And Desmond, you talked about it. He has scored through the air, through the ground, and also receiving.
Exactly. I mean, what is it that this kid can't do? I mean, he's so athletic, a very tough guy, very durable quarterback. This is going to be an interesting first series now starting on the 12-yard line.
Lynch to throw on first down and dumps it off underneath. Now to about the 18-yard line goes Tommy Lee Lewis. And there's not much of Tommy Lee Lewis, but what there is fun to watch. He's only 5'7", 155 pounds.
And what can we say? We asked his offensive coordinator about him. The first thing that came out of his mouth is stud. This kid is a stud. They love what he brings to the offense. Very quick, very versatile. They're going to use him in a lot of sweeps, fly motions, and plays like that.
There's a reverse, and it's Lewis off the flip from Deron Brown. Get to the sideline and picking up a first down. So already a trick play on the second play from scrimmage for Northern Illinois.
Yeah, this is a reverse to Lewis again. Now, we talked to Bob Cole. He said, you know, we have to get the ball into Lewis's hands as early and as often as possible. We like to get him into the flow of the offense, and he's doing that right out the gate.
Now Tommy Lee Lewis lines up in the slot left. They will line him up in the backfield at tight end, wide as a slot receiver, and now a flip to James Spencer, the back. And he's into the secondary breaking tackles all the way out to the 46, maybe the 47-yard line before he's brought down by Deshaun Hurley.
You know, one thing about Ball State's defense, we talked to the coordinator for Northern Illinois, and he said they like to tackle the ball. I think that's why they missed so many tackles in that last, but they were trying to tackle the ball, not the ball carrier.
Jordan Lynch with a bubble screen. That's caught by Deron Brown, close to midfield. So Jordan Lynch is allowing his weapons to do the work for him so far on this opening drive. He hasn't been the designed runner yet, and we have an injury. It's Quentin Cooper, the redshirt junior that in their nickel defense will play linebacker for Ball State. It looks like they're looking at his right leg. No, it's left leg. And number 22 looked like his leg may have gotten caught underneath Brown.
He tried to get up, and you know, in that situation, you're hoping maybe it's a cramp. But he seems to be in a lot of pain, Bob. He tried to get up and walk on it, couldn't do it.
So in a very emotional game already, a possible serious injury happening right in front of the Ball State bench. So the Cardinals are going to have to regroup as well. You can see the pain that Quentin Cooper is in.
Yeah. He tried to get up. He couldn't put any weight on that left foot, left ankle area. And that's where they're working right now, on that left ankle.
So we'll step aside for just a moment and come back to DeKalb after this.
Can I take your order?
Can I get a cheeseburger, please? And
just as we return, Quentin Cooper carted off the field by the medical training staff here at Northern Illinois with one of the doctors from Ball State. Bob Wischusen here with Desmond Howard. Down on the field, Quinn Kesnick. The game of the year in the conference, you really feel for a young man on the 5th play of the game.
Yeah,
a pretty serious injury.
You really do, especially in a game of this magnitude where you have Northern Illinois going with 3 wides a lot. Ball State loses their nickel back right out the gate.
Jordan Lynch, his first run, and that a scramble into plus territory. And here is the chance that when you talk to the Ball State coaches, certainly talk to the head coach Pete Lembo yesterday, 3rd down, if they can get some stops, they feel as if they can take control of the game.
Yeah, this is the big down the distance for them, their defense.
Lynch weaves his way up the middle, breaks a tackle, and comes up short of the first down. Lost the football, but he will be ruled down by contact. Zach Ryan made the stop. So now it's 4th down and 1 at the Ball State 45-yard line.
You know, that play, Jordan Lynch was trying to come to his right, but the wide receiver slipped and fell down. So then that's when Jordan Lynch is at his best. He likes to improvise. He's going to run the ball. He's not going to hesitate. He likes to go north and south, too, because he's a strong guy. He's not going to try to fake you out. They're going to go for it on 4th down.
How about this early decision from the head coach, Rod Carey, putting his trust in Jordan Lynch on 4th down and 1. Is it a hard count to try and get Ball State to jump, or will they snap the football? Draco Smith to his right. And it's a pooch punt. He does do it all.
We said you'll see this kid do it all tonight. And here he is with a pooch punt.
Down to the 16-yard line, so Northern Illinois changes field position. But that is a big win to start the game for Ball State on defense as they get the football in the hands of their franchise quarterback, Keith Wenning, the only player in FBS so far this season with 8 300-yard games. He is 4th in the country in total passing yards. A bobbled snap. And that's not Wenning's comfort zone. He's dragged down behind the line. A loss of 3. George Rainey shoots upfield to make the stop.
That's not the way you want to start a big game on the road. A bobbled snap like that. Tackle for a loss. Now you get the crowd behind Northern Illinois. The defense is fired up. Big 2nd down here, Bob.
Wenning to throw. To the near side out to about the 17-yard line. He finds his favorite target, Willie Snead, who is 3rd in the country in touchdown receptions and 3rd in the country as well in total receiving yards. That good only for a gain of about 5, so it's 3rd and 8.
Willie Snead is one of his playmakers, too. This is a guy who would like to get the ball to him deep. Just get the ball into his hands and let him run with it, too. Snead is in the slot in this play right here.
And Northern Illinois get a stop. Be a false start. So wipe away the 5 yards that Snead just got back for Ball State. It'll be 3rd and 13.
False start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Not a good start so far for Ball State's offense. I know Rich Skrosky, offensive coordinator, just wants these guys to just settle down, calm down. A lot of football left to be played, but so far they've been shooting themselves in the foot during this drive.
In the slot right, it's Jameel Smith. He's only 5'8", 140 pounds, but they have a variety of ways to get him the ball as well. Wenning underneath, and a low throw forces a scoop catch by Jordan Williams, well short of the 1st down. So field position already a factor. Northern Illinois gets stopped at midfield, but the pooch punt pins Ball State deep, and now the Cardinals will have to punt from inside their own 5-yard line.
You know, Pete Lembo talked about special teams, and I think one thing that he alluded to was the field position, the battlefield position. Right now, his team is losing the battlefield position. Hopefully they can get off a pretty booming punt right here.
Flags down again. 5 more yards in the wrong direction.
False start. Offense, number 3. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
So Matt Williams, the punt returner for Northern Illinois, is at his own 45-yard line. This should result in great field position for the Huskies. The pressure on Alex Egan, or rather Kyle Schmidt, to try and get off a good punt. They'll try an angle one, just gets it away. And a fair catch called for at about the 46 by Williams. That's a pretty good punt from the goal line in these conditions. We'll step aside. Northern Illinois, great field position when we come back.
I sense you've overpacked your...
ESPN College Football Primetime, brought to you by Volvo. And Edward Jones. Join the nearly 7 million investors who know FaceTime and ThinkTime make a difference.
brand new 6-story, 87,000 square foot indoor practice facility here in Northern Illinois just opened 2 weeks ago, October 26th. They cut the ribbon, state-of-the-art practice center featuring a full-size indoor practice field that, with the temperature dropping, houses pretty much every team they've got at one time or another.
I was walking through there yesterday after I worked out, and the softball team was in there at one point, then the baseball team came through there. It still had that new smell to it, too.
Well, Rod Carey ordered the doors open during practice the other night, though. We can practice inside, but we want the temperatures. Lynch swings one to the edge. Out of bounds at midfield goes Tommy Lee Lewis. So, Desmond, an early momentum swing in this game, and both defenses get the job done for their respective teams as Northern Illinois' defense gets the ball back to their offense at midfield.
Yeah, which is good now because they're winning the battle of field position, which is key in a game of this magnitude. You have both teams who can score quickly and so much.
Trap handoff. Draws Turner, turns the corner. Close to a first down. Zach Ryan brought down Turner, and it looks like that will be good for a Northern Illinois first down.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about Ball State. They score an average of 39 points. They're number 2 in the MAC, and then number 1 is Northern Illinois. They average 44 points a game. So the battle of field position, very big in this matchup.
Lynch, quarterback draw. Down the sideline. Jordan Lynch for the cutback inside the 20. Zach Ryan saved the touchdown.
And that's what he brings to the offense. I mean, this guy is a tailback who can throw the ball. He loves to run. He's very durable. And it's really hard to arm tackle him, too, because he's so strong. He's so tough. This guy rooms with 3 offensive linemen. They say he's probably the toughest one in that room. So this gives you an idea of the mentality of Jordan Lynch.
He fumbles the snap and goes down back to the 23-yard line. That's a loss of 6, as now we have seen both quarterbacks struggle with at least one shotgun snap to start the game.
See this snap, you know, that's on Jordan Lynch. He should have caught that ball. I think, you know, like we spoke about earlier, in these conditions, sometimes the ball, they can be a little more slippery. You have to really concentrate and focus. So after such a big run, maybe his concentration level wasn't there like it should have been. Results, a fumble snap.
2nd and 16, screen to James Spencer. And he is ridden out of bounds. Ben Engel. First year as a starter. That will linebacker for Ball State made the stop, but it will be 3rd down and long, 3rd and close to 10.
One thing about this offense, and the offensive coordinator Bob Cole, he wants to make sure that Ball State's defensive line go east and west, sideline to sideline. He wants to wear down Ball State's defensive line.
Lynch on 3rd down. Towards the end zone, through the hands of Tommy Lee Lewis. He had him. Of course, Tommy Lee Lewis, only 5'7", so if that ball sails a bit, it's hard for him to climb the ladder.
Yeah, he had to climb the ladder on this one, too, but it looked like it hit both hands. Probably a catch that Tommy Lee would normally make, but like I said earlier, you got to concentrate because these balls under these conditions, they can be a little slippery.
34-yard field goal attempt for Matthew Sims. 79% so far this season, but I have to think these are the toughest conditions he has kicked in so far this year. Hooks it through. So the game's first points to the Huskies. 3-0 Northern Illinois.
The Ford EcoBoost 400 at Homestead, Miami. Sunday at 1 on ESPN.
On the 2013 Dodge Dart.
Welcome back to college football prime time. It's a Wednesday night here in Northern Illinois. Well, that means there was class today. So Wells Fargo brings us inside access. No rest for the weary. Got a 7 p.m. local time kick tonight. But there goes Jordan Lynch this morning, getting on the bus to go to class. Jordan Lynch, by the way, he doesn't have a car.
Does not have a car.
There are no airs about Jordan Lynch. It's amazing. And here's Rob Sterling, junior fullback that we followed to his 9 a.m. business class. Those of us, of course, that remember what life was like in college, you can see America's youth. Rapt attention on the professor in the business class this morning. 9 a.m. when you're in college is like 5 a.m. now.
Exactly. You know, when it's nice outside, Jordan Lynch rides a bike to class. I mean, that's pretty impressive for a guy of his stature up here on campus without a car.
If he rode a bike today, I'd be impressed.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't have a car because his car broke down. Did not want his parents to have to buy him another one.
He was upset because he lives with some of the offensive linemen. But one of his roommates, I believe, graduated, and he took his truck with him.
Exactly. Now he's back to the bike.
An opening field goal for Northern Illinois, but still a red zone stop for Ball State on defense. From the 11-yard line, Juwan Edwards. Out close to the 28. Heisman candidate E.J. McCarron and #1 Alabama looking to stay unbeaten as they take on Mississippi State. It's college football primetime presented by Hampton Hotels. Saturday night, Alabama, Mississippi State at 7:45 on ESPN. Also live on Watch ESPN. Does anyone have a chance, a real chance, now that Alabama has gotten past that LSU test to derail the Crimson Tide?
Auburn. The Iron Bowl is in Auburn this season, and Gus Malzahn has done a fantastic job turning that program around.
Play action fake for Keith Wenning. He wants the home run ball, looking for Jameel Smith, and just leads him a yard or two too far.
Little Jameel Smith at 5'8", a great story, a walk-on, earned his way to starting position. Look at him, just over his little outstretched arms. If he could have dove, maybe, possibly, maybe not.
Well, Jameel Smith, Tommy Lee Lewis, two sub-6-foot players. You have a soft spot.
Those are my
in your
type
heart
of guys,
for the little
man.
guys. I know, I can tell.
We gotta stick together as 5'10" and under guys. You know, I used to, try to say I was 5'10" and a half, but.
Second down and 10, Juwan Edwards picks up about 3, so it will be another third down coming for Ball State. They went 3 and out on their opening possession.
I like the aggressiveness though. Right out the first play, going deep, testing that secondary, making them stay honest. Come back to Juwan Edwards. I like that. The aggressiveness on the road. Why not take a shot? Big third down though.
Four-man rush on third down. Still, the pressure gets there. Avoiding the sack with a low throw, though, is Keith Wenning, and scooping it up is Jameel Smith right at the first down marker. And it looks as if that will be a first down without measurement.
Here's Smith in the slot. This is a good job of just staying alive. He didn't get the ball early. Came back towards the quarterback, got the first down. That was a great job. And you know what? He was just beyond the yard marker, too, to make sure he got a first down.
Very important early third down conversion for Ball State. Two tight ends and a power running play. Juwan Edwards patiently gets to the edge, and boy, did he pay a price. Got to the 44-yard line, though, and picked up 6. Michael Santa Catarina came over to make the stop.
This is a big hit on Juwan Edwards. And you know what? Going into this game, they don't have their backup running back, Horatio Banks. He hurt his knee during practice. So Juwan Edwards is going to be a big factor in the running game. They really need to keep him healthy. You can't take shots like that all night.
Play action for Wenning. On a rollout, wide open up the sideline, stumbling, but making the catch was Connor Ryan, and that's good for another first down.
No, Keith Wenning is he's more mobile than people give him credit for. He actually played wide receiver and defensive back in high school. Didn't play quarterback to his senior year. He was only offered a scholarship by Ball State because everyone else said they didn't have enough tape on the kid.
Slant. Connor Ryan turns upfield and picks up about 5 yards. I believe Air Force was the only other scholarship offer that Keith Wenning received. And it's hard to believe, as hard a commodity as a big-time quarterback is to find, that we've got 2 tonight that are so good and yet went largely unnoticed by the bigger football powerhouses.
I mean, he only passed for 3,600 yards his senior year and 40 touchdowns.
Nice play action fake again for Wedding. Buys himself all kinds of time and finds his check down. It's the tight end Zane Fakes who slipped out in the flat and picks up another first down. So now some rhythm for Ball State on offense.
Yeah, you can tell that they're getting comfortable right now because that first series was a disaster for them. But I think that their offensive coordinator, Rich Skrosky, got them on the sideline, calmed them down, and now he's running some plays to get them into a rhythm. So Keith Winning is looking really good right now running this offense.
Well protected again. Nice throw to the sideline, stepping out of bounds with another first down in the red zone. At about the 16-yard line goes Willie Snead.
Here's that man, Willie Snead again. This is the guy who he loves to throw to, especially in the red zone. I'll actually expect him to try to hit Snead on maybe a corner route or a post route. He's the third receiver in from the top.
And off to Edwards. Wrestled down after a gain of a yard. Is it me, Desmond, or could this entire game come down to red zone defense? Look at the number of possessions that Ball State has had in the red zone this season. This is their 52nd trip into the red zone.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at two teams that know how to move the ball up and down the field. The red zone stops, and touchdowns and field goals are going to be the key. Whoever can stop the other team and force them to kick field goals in the red zone will win this game.
Well, Northern Illinois has now been in the red zone 54 times this year. Already 0 for 1 tonight in terms of touchdowns, though. Out of bounds at the 12-yard line goes Jawan Edwards. So a very important play coming up. 3rd down and 6 at the 12. The Ball State defense got a red zone stop and forced a field goal on Northern Illinois' last possession. Now it's up to the Huskies defense to try and get a stop and hold the Cardinals to a field goal. Plenty of time on the play clock for Wenning, who has hit his last 5. Only a 3-man rush. Wide open at the 5-yard line is Jameel Smith down to the 3, where it will be 1st and goal.
Another big catch on 3rd down for Jameel Smith. Just a very crafty wide receiver, small guy. Watch how wide open he is on it. Just a little hook route, getting between the zone. It's like stealing, so easy.
How frustrating is it for a defensive coordinator to play coverage with 8 players back and then still give up a pretty easy pitch and catch for a 1st down?
It's frustrating, very frustrating.
Winning on the slant, into the end zone. That's Willie Snead. Touchdown, Ball State.
Just a simple slant route. Willie Snead was out wide, came right across in the slant route. Watching at the top of the screen, bam, slap, get inside the cornerback. I mean, these two, they're dialed into each other. They're on the same page. That's why he can easily throw that ball. He knows that Willie Snead has excellent hands. He's not going to drop it. He's not going to let the defensive back step in front of him either.
13th touchdown reception of the season for Willie Snead. Came into tonight 3rd in the nation in touchdown catches. A 12-play touchdown drive for Ball State. And the Cardinals have the lead. Big college football news now, though, with Chris Cotter.
Bob, we have a developing story out of Tallahassee. Florida State quarterback Jameis Winston is part of an ongoing investigation into a sexual assault complaint filed with the Tallahassee Police Department nearly a year ago. Winston's attorney, Tim Jansen, said police contacted him in February 2013, but no charges were filed, and Winston has never been interviewed by police. Today, this case was turned over to the state's attorney. Quote, "We've been cooperating with them, and we hope the case will be resolved quickly in Mr. Winston's favor," Jansen, his attorney, said. Now, Florida State released a statement. They are aware of the investigation. They also said because it is an ongoing investigation that they will not comment any further. They did say that Winston's status both with the football team and with the university, has not changed at this point. We're going to have much more on this story coming up at the half. Until then, back to Bob and Des in DeKalb.
All right, Chris, thanks very much. That is disturbing news, to say the least, as Willie Snead's touchdown reception makes it 7-3 Ball State. But, Desmond, your reaction to hearing news that could really put a big shroud over what has been nothing but sunshine this year for Florida State. It's been a magical season for the Noles.
Magical season for James Winston, too. You wonder why that information come out right now at this point in time. So I guess until all the details come out, we got to wait and see.
No question. And
play the waiting game.
If you are Florida State, you probably have no choice but to have the reaction that they have had. It's an ongoing investigation, and certainly can't comment on it. That's a story we will continue to follow for you on ESPN, and much more at halftime with Chris Cotter and the guys back in the studio. So trailing now is Jordan Lynch, 7-3. Late first quarter at his own 22-yard line. Play action. And he looks for a big play to the sideline. Wide open Deron Brown. Steps out of bounds at the 44.
You know, Deron Brown just ran a hook route and totally and completely turned the cornerback around. Watch this. Just totally and completely lost him. He's out the picture. It was just a simple hook route. You can't give Deron Brown that type of respect.
Swing pass in the left flat. Rob Sterling out to about midfield. You know, it's interesting talking about Deron Brown. When we spent some time with Bob Cole, the offensive coordinator, yesterday, he talked about the wide receivers that Northern Illinois lost to the NFL last year. He said, we really needed a player that could take the top off of a defense, and we found one in Deron Brown. He is a legit 4-3, 4-4 guy. And Lynch with the check down in the left flat as Deron Brown was double covered, but he was on a go route, and off that play action fake, that was where originally Jordan Lynch wanted to go. Instead, he takes a first down catch, though, to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, he sat back in the pocket and waited as long as he could to see if Deron Brown would be able to create some separation from the secondary, and he wasn't able to, so he just went to his check down. Smart play by Jordan Lynch.
And it's a Huskies first down.
Trap handoff, trying to turn the corner with Spencer, and he will go down back closer to midfield. He lost a couple of yards and ran a long way to do it. Zach Ryan, the former walk-on, who is now, as a redshirt freshman, going from walk-on to starting Mike linebacker for Ball State, made the stop.
Yeah, he's going to be important in this defense tonight because he's going to have to run sideline to sideline, track down some of these running backs and some of these wideouts. That was a really good open field tackle by him.
Rose Turner, the motion man, on a jet sweep. He gets tripped up. Maybe gained a half yard. So now it will be 3rd down and 11. Brian Jones, the redshirt junior strong safety, came up to make the tackle, and it's 3rd and long.
Jay Bateman's defense is starting to get a good read on these plays, especially the sideline plays, all of these bubble screens and reverses, anything outside the hash marks. They're starting to get a good feel for how to tackle them at go to different angles and make these tackles.
Low snap, Lynch scoops it up. Gets out of the pocket. Up the sideline, wide open, it's Deron Brown, and he has a first down. So a 3rd and long conversion for Northern Illinois.
Jonathan Newsom of the Cardinals defensive end, he was up the field on that play, and you don't want to rush up the field too far because Jordan Lynch will just come right up under you and keep the play alive with his legs. You got to contain Jordan Lynch, but you want to have a controlled rush.
Another jet sweep. Down to the 20-yard line goes Tommy Lee Lewis. Well, some of these sweeps have been effective. Even the play action fakes have been effective. But Jordan Lynch this season has run for over 1,100 yards. Are you surprised we've played basically the entire first quarter and we haven't seen, I think, more than one designed run for the quarterback?
You know, I think they want to get Jordan Lynch into the flow of the game, and they don't want him to take unnecessary shots at this point. So if you can give the ball to the playmakers and they can do a lot of the work, why not?
We also haven't seen Cameron Stingley in quite a while, as it has been James Spencer, Draco Smith. There's a slant, dropping the football is Deron Brown. He smelled the end zone.
He sure did.
Before he had it in his hands. The throw was a bit low, but certainly catchable.
Well, you young receivers out there, do not run without catching the ball. Catch the ball first. You can tell he smelled the end zone, and he was already headed to the end zone, but without the ball.
So it will be a big 2nd and 10 for Northern Illinois when we come back to start the second quarter. The only touchdown of the first quarter, Willie Snead from Keith Wenning at 7-3 Cardinals. Welcome back to Northern Illinois, where we have 2 games over the next 2 nights with BCS implications. Tomorrow night, Georgia Tech takes on number 8 Clemson as Taj Boyd wants to keep the Tigers' BCS hopes alive. And Friday night at 9 on ESPN2, Brett Hundley at number 13 UCLA taking on Washington. College football primetime tomorrow night at 7:30. And Friday night at 9. Tomorrow night on ESPN, Friday night on ESPN2. With Ball State on top 7-3. We continue Dr. Pepper's road to the conference championships. That's one way to keep the footballs maybe a little less slippery. Stick them right in front of the heater.
That's important.
It is a chilly night. Jordan Lynch in the red zone. Fighting forward, trying to keep his feet moving, and forward progress for 2 yards to the Ball State 17. Jonathan Newsom was the first man there for Ball State. So Desmond Howard, this is a big play now. Again, a 3rd down in the red zone for Northern Illinois.
Just like we talked about, so important to come away with touchdowns in the red zone, just like Ball State did on their last possession. Let's see what they're going to dial up right now for the Huskies offense. An empty backfield set.
Four-man rush. Lynch, long throw as a hookup at the 5-yard line. Getting pounded down at about the 2-yard line. Eric Patterson made the stop on Tommy Lee Lewis, but that is a 3rd down conversion. 1st and goal at the 2.
Well, now they use their little crafty receiver, Tommy Lee Lewis, on 3rd down to come up with a big catch to get them inside the 5-yard line. Nice run after the catch, even though he took a big hit at the end of that run.
And for the first time in quite a while, Cameron Stingley in the game. 87% in the red zone, 36 touchdowns on 53 possessions for Northern Illinois. Making another touchdown for Jordan Lynch. Walks in his 13th rushing touchdown this season.
It looked too easy, didn't it? But that's what Jordan Lynch brings to the offense. That's what he does. So right off the right side, too. Great job of seeing the defensive end on that play. They get a good seal right there on the defensive end, the linebackers. Jordan Lynch walks into the end zone.
Northern Illinois answers the Ball State touchdown. And Jordan Lynch takes it over from 2 yards out. And now it's 10-7. The Huskies on top. Jordan Lynch makes it look awfully easy. Everybody's fired up in the crowd.
Sweet.
It's not your fault you chose Coke Zero and Cola.
Fragrance destination.
There's Jared Volk, the left guard. As easy as the touchdown was a moment ago for Jordan Lynch,
right,
it might have been even easier for big number 77.
Well, once you saw the running back go in motion, there's a 99% chance that Jordan Lynch was going to run the ball. You see they pulled the left guard, Volk, and he didn't have anybody to block. I mean, it was so well sealed off on the right side that he didn't have anyone to touch. He's like, hey, man, I just escorted you into the end zone and didn't have anybody to touch. Well-designed play.
Easiest assists Jared Volk has ever had, I'm sure, down by the goal line. So now we start to see more of the game that we expected. The two offenses moving the ball in between the 20s, and then when they get in the red zone, converting for touchdowns rather than field goals. And Northern Illinois retakes the lead. Jamil Smith from the goal line. Spins out to about the 32-yard line. Plenty of college football coming up this weekend, and Pac-12 rivals collide on Saturday Night Football. Number 4 Stanford still hoping that things might break the right way and maybe they'll find their way to the BCS title game. Saturday Night Football presented by Windows as Stanford takes on USC at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC. Take a look at Kevin Hogan, top 3 opponent adjusted QBR. That wasn't bad numbers that he was able to put up. Handoff up the middle to Juwan Edwards for about 5 on first down.
I think they're going to try to run Juwan, try to, punish that defensive line of the Huskies and eat up some of this clock, too.
Crease is there for Juwan Edwards, and that's a Ball State first down out to the 47-yard line. It's an interesting point you make, eating up some clock.
Yeah.
It's a team that looks over to the sideline, that doesn't huddle. Every now and then the muddle huddle, but they appear as if they are going to go fast. Do you slow things down a little bit, though? Maybe slower than your normal pace when you play a team like Northern Illinois. Not here, as Wenning fires one to the sideline, and it's incomplete, intended for Jordan Williams. But would you alter your pace if you're Ball State when you play a team like Northern Illinois that wants to also go 100 miles an hour?
Yes, because you want to run an offense with a tempo that's a change of pace, but it's a controlled no-huddle offense. So therefore, you can control the tempo. You want to keep Jordan Lynch and that offense on the sideline, but at the same time, you want to accumulate first downs. That's going to be key for Ball State. They're going to have to accumulate first downs, eat up the clock, and like we said, once they get in the red zone, come away with touchdowns, not field goals.
2nd and 10, they keep it on the ground. Hard run, close to a first down. Juwan Edwards about a yard shy. And Quint, what about that communication for this Ball State offense?
It's pretty amazing, Bob. The linemen are looking over to one set of signals and the skill players to another set. They have memorized nearly 70 plays. There's no wristbands, and so these players' ability to digest information from the sidelines and then to incorporate, it's really amazing. Pete Lembo saying, their adjustments will be simple, but the playbook right now has about 70 plays.
Well, it's working. Whatever running plays they want to keep calling. As on 3rd down and 1, Juwan Edwards gets the first down and a lot more as he's down close to the 30-yard line of Northern Illinois.
Juwan Edwards is a big back, just straight ahead, downhill running back, and is a guy who you're not going to tackle with just arm tackles. He's as strong and as powerful as any back that they've seen so far this season.
Another run into the secondary for Juwan Edwards. And now it is Ball State imposing their will on the ground on this drive as they pick up yet another first down. And Juwan Edwards signals over to the sideline. I don't need to be subbed out. Leave me right where I am.
Big dude is saying, feed me, feed me, feed me. They're in the rhythm. The offensive line, they're doing a fantastic job up front. Juwan is a patient runner, but once he gets going north and south, he's very difficult to stop.
There he goes again. He's a very interesting story. Juwan Edwards, when he was a junior and senior at Butler High School in North Carolina, was the MVP of 2 state championship title games. But he had subpar grades, also had a few pounds to lose, so he was not highly recruited at all. Wenning to the outside, catches made. Getting down to about the 6-yard line goes Jordan Williams. Johnny Faustin made the tackle, but it will be 1st and goal.
Williams is that big receiver that they didn't have before, and they're really happy that he's come along as strong as he has so far. He's 6'2", a big target for Wenning, and he's a guy they really like to get the ball to on the edges too, because he can run for a big guy.
Willie Snead at the bottom of your screen to the near side right. Number 3 in America in touchdown catches. Already has a touchdown catch tonight. Wenning instead goes the other way on the slant, and that is caught at the goal line. Is it going to be ruled a touchdown? Jameel Smith caught it. He was tackled on the goal line, but they may say that the ball came up just short of the goal line, so it will be second down and goal inside the 1. Ball State will line up quickly. Wenning over the pile, and he'll do it himself. Keith Wenning with a touchdown dive. And Ball State answers back, and they've got the lead.
This is what we expected. 2 high-powered offenses.
It's almost as if both offensive coordinators had been with us in the booth, they would have both turned to us and said, after we were saying, boy, 3-0, 10 minutes in, hey guys, don't worry. Our offenses will dial it up at some point. We'll be just fine.
Exactly. We're just getting warmed up, guys. Stay tuned.
And only 5 minutes into the second quarter, it's now the Cardinals looking to extend their lead. 14-10. So
ESPN College Football Primetime. Brought to you by Walmart. Save money, live better. And the ultra-intuitive M-Series Smart TV from Vizio. It's beautifully simple.
wind chill around 20 degrees tonight in Northern Illinois, but the 2 offenses are heating up, and we've already seen both quarterbacks play a role on special teams. We saw Jordan Lynch with a pooch punt on the first drive of the game for Northern Illinois, and that extra point snap a moment ago with Keith Wenning as the holder. He did well to take a high snap and get it down for his kicker, Scott Secor. That saved a point. It's 14-10 Ball State. So now Jordan Lynch about to get the football back. And an onside kick. Surprise onside kick by Ball State, trying to steal a possession, and it backfires.
We wondered which team would come up with the first big play on special teams. Ball State's coach, Pete Limbo, he has his hands in the special teams meetings with the special teams players. He said that this is what he does. He likes to work with the special teams group. And Dominique Ware comes up with a big save on that botched up kick.
He did a terrific job to attack the football and make sure that he got on top of it as soon as it traveled the necessary 10 yards. So that was a live onside kick. It traveled the 10 yards, and Ware did well.
He did a great job. Pete Limbo rolled the dice on that one.
So now Jordan Lynch starting in plus territory. This is a very dangerous offense to get great field position to. Another jet sweep. We've seen that multiple times. That one goes for about 3 yards. Tommy Lee Lewis gets inside the 45 to the 43. How about the decision, though? It did not work out for Ball State, but do you like, in a game like this, where you know both offenses are going to put up points trying to steal a possession back?
Yeah, I can't blame him. You know, I can't blame him for trying to get a possession back, trying to steal a possession, but man, that's tough when you're going up against Jordan Lynch at home and you give him this type of field position, you know?
Lynch off the play action. A little wheel route down the sideline. And an extra gear again for Tommy Lee Lewis. And he has a first down to the 34-yard line. Well, it is a feast or famine decision.
It's such a huge risk this early in the game, too. But, you know, Pete, he loves to work with the special teams, and, you know, that's one of the calls that he made. So it's a tough call for the head coach to make, but a lot of football left to be played.
Straight handoff. Good run for James Spencer. Down to the 26, 2 yards shy of a first down. And Ben Engel made the tackle, but it'll be second down at 2. And Jordan Lynch already with his team set. Out to the edge. Lewis uses the stiff arm and comes up shy of the first down. Good job by Eric Patterson in the open field to bring down Lewis. And that brings up a big third down, third and a long one.
Excellent job by Patterson fighting off that block, too, because at first looked like he was blocked to the ground. He got up, came up and make an excellent tackle. Great open field tackle on Lewis.
They didn't give Tommy Lee Lewis a foot on that play. It is 3rd down and a solid 2 yards to go for Northern Illinois. Jordan Lynch on a keeper. He's got the first down. Van Ingle, another tackle. But just about in the red zone with a fresh set of downs are the Huskies.
Number 19 linebacker Ben Ingle is all over the field tonight, but he's the guy who Ball State's going to use to spy on Jordan Lynch too. Just watch 19. Wherever Jordan Lynch goes, he's going to go.
Two tight ends as Jordan Lynch to the outside finds Lewis again, and Tommy Lee Lewis out of bounds at about the 12-yard line, maybe the 13. Jeffrey Garrett with a little extra on the shove out right on the sideline. The crowd was looking for a flag to come out.
You got to be careful with that. Out of bounds, a little extra. That's not a smart play, especially in a game like this where it's nick and tuck.
It's the true freshman Draco Smith back in the game at tailback behind Jordan Lynch on 2nd down and 1. Lynch gets the edge. 1st and goal at the 7.
Good blocking on the perimeter. Excellent blocks on the perimeter.
1st and goal just outside the 6 for the Huskies, as they are trying to bust the BCS again. They have to stay undefeated to do it, and they're trying to take the surprise onside kick recovery, turn it into 7. Lynch with time inside the 5, down to about the 2-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Great coverage by the secondary. He really wanted to throw that ball in the end zone, but they have to, especially down in the red zone, controlled rush. You don't want to let Jordan Lynch break free and go up the middle like he did just there. Controlled rush by the defensive lineman.
If you were coaching Jordan Lynch, how quickly would you want him to tuck it under and take off? Or would you want him in the pocket a little bit longer looking to throw the ball? Or just trust his instincts?
Yeah, you got to trust his instincts. He's been doing it long enough. You have to trust him in these circumstances.
Does he have the speed to get to the edge? He does not. Great job sniffing that out by Ball State. Kenneth Lee makes the tackle at the 4-yard line. So that sets up another big 3rd down in the red zone, as he lost 2 yards, did Lynch. 3rd down and goal from the 4.
I knew he was going to lose that foot race against Kenneth Lee, because Kenneth Lee is one of the most athletic linebackers on Ball State's defense. So once I saw it was a foot race to the sideline, I knew Kenneth Lee would win that one. Jordan Lynch is he's more of a north-south type runner. He's not going to beat you with his speed. He's a tough, like I said, kind of like a Tim Tebow style of runner.
3rd and goal just inside the 5. Stingley will be brought down well shy of the goal line. So this might be the 2nd time tonight where Ball State gets a red zone stop and forces a field goal.
We haven't seen much of Stingley tonight. Surprised that they gave him the ball in the 3rd down like that.
3rd and goal from the 4, just a straight run up the middle with your power back.
Yeah.
So Rod Carey's offense has to settle for a field goal attempt, and this is unusual for Northern Illinois to have 3 red zone opportunities in the first half, and twice coming away with only 3. Only a 20-yard attempt for Sims. He connected on his first try tonight, and he hooks that badly, but somehow it gets through.
Wow.
Boy, oh boy.
It did look like he hooked it out wide to the left.
So Northern Illinois does get 3, in spite of the fact that Matthew Sims does his best Desmond Howard impersonation off the 8th tee.
ESPN College Football Prime Time.
It is is a trophy game between Ball State and Northern Illinois. They play for the Bronze Stalk. And this must be a big game because the DirecTV mobile studio swung through DeKalb, came to Husky Stadium today as it continues its trek across the country, and only ESPN's most high-powered talent have a turn inside the DirecTV mobile studio. So earlier today, of course, it was Desmond Howard. You can see talking to Dari Noka there on ESPNU.
Yes, sir. My man Dari. Good time with ESPN, you guys.
This is a good football game.
It's a real good game. Yeah. This is excellent. This is what it's what we expected.
It was what we expected. The offenses have certainly clicked it in, and with all that's on the line for both teams tonight, a touchback now as Sims drives it through the back of the end zone. It'll come out to the 25 for Ball State. There's so much hanging in the balance for both teams. Northern Illinois, it's obvious. They're 15th in the BCS. If they are able to stay inside the top 16, depending on how things shake out, or maybe even get inside the top 12, they could bust the BCS again. Fresno State will have something to say about that. Certainly UCF will have something to say about that before all is said and done. But Ball State, they're playing for, in their world, equally important goals. As if they get this win tonight, they'll have an inside track to a MAC championship try. Underneath. Sneed, a 9-yard gain. And Desmond, if you were playing for Ball State, with all of the attention and publicity that Northern Illinois gets, there has to be a little bit of a current of resentment that runs through that Cardinal locker room.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You come into this game, you come here with a chip on your shoulder, you say, look, we're on national TV, everyone's talking about Northern Illinois this, Jordan Lynch that. We're going to show the college football world what we're about tonight, and that's what they're doing. I mean, Pete Limbaugh's a good coach. He's done a fantastic job with this program since he's been there in just 3 years. So, well-coached ball club.
Winning, play action fake. Here comes the pressure, but he beats it to the sideline. Breaking a tackle is Jameel Smith. And he's hurt. Jameel Smith heads to the sideline as he is hobbled after picking up a first down. That's an important player for the Cardinals. And it looks like he was ruled down immediately as he caught that ball with his knee on the ground. It's hard to see exactly what the problem was.
I tell you what, he wasn't faking the injury. We've had those in college football, right?
He's over on the sideline. He's trying to walk it off right now.
He's a tough customer.
And off to Edwards. Juwan Edwards gets to midfield. Boomer Mays made the tackle.
I think they're back to that no huddle but controlled tempo offense now. Chew up some of this clock. They're real comfortable with what they see up in the trenches now with their offensive line and running Juwan Edwards.
Winning. Long throw to the outside. Fighting for the football and winning the battle is Willie Sneed.
That's a great job of just reaching out with your hands to separate yourself from the defender, from Paris Logan, who we knew would be checking Willie Sneed tonight. Just watch how he reaches out, not allow separation, but reach out and grab the ball, snatch it out there. Excellent play by Willie Sneed.
What a security blanket for a quarterback to know if I just throw it in the area, my favorite target's going to go get it.
Exactly.
Sneed, the middleman, trips to the right wing, right up the seam, and he's got his tight end inside the 25-yard line. Zane fakes, has another first down for Ball State.
He's another reliable receiver, too. Very consistent, really good hands, big guy, keeps his body between the defender and the ball. Nothing Paris Logan can do on that play.
Fakes was first-team All-MAC last season, and he is putting up first-team All-MAC numbers at tight end this year as well. His 28th catch this season.
Smith checked back into the game. Smith is a slot right. Jameel Smith.
Instead, it's Edwards. And he picks up 4 to the 20-yard line. So Ball State's back in the red zone. They have a 1-point lead, and we're down to the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds of the first half. And remember, Ball State will start the third quarter with the ball as well. And a timeout's going to be called by Northern Illinois on defense. So we'll step aside for just a moment as well, as Ball State looks to extend their lead here at Northern Illinois.
Ways there.
A.J. McCarron and the Crimson Tide control their destiny as they try to get to a third straight BCS title game, and that quest continues Saturday night against Mississippi State. College football primetime presented by Hampton Hotels. Alabama taking on the Bulldogs on Saturday night. A.J. McCarron, the first 5 games, 7 touchdowns against 3 interceptions, but look at his last 3 and what a game Alabama played on Saturday against LSU. 11 touchdowns and no interceptions the last 3 games for A.J. McCarron after the Northern Illinois timeout. Just about in the red zone. Ball State up by a point. Up the middle, inside the 15, driving his legs, Juwan Edwards. And he finally gets stood up at about the 13-yard line, but that should be good for a Ball State first down. And Desmond, you wonder if Ball State will milk the clock a little bit here to make sure that Northern Illinois doesn't get a chance with the football again before halftime.
I think that's why the Huskies called a timeout too, to try to prevent that from happening. See if they can get one more chance before halftime to get the ball. But I can't blame Ball State for milking the clock. And being in the red zone, they've been coming away with touchdowns too, so I can't blame them.
Lenny snaps the ball with 14 on the play clock under some pressure. Flag down. Throws it into the end zone. It's incomplete. But a flag thrown in the offensive backfield, most likely holding. And it will be against Ball State.
Tell you what, Bob, this Rich Skrosky offense, they don't mind taking what a defense gives you. And that's why they've been running Juwan Edwards so much, because they see something up front that they can take advantage of.
Offense, number 75, 10-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
Well, Joe Windsor, number 97, defensive end for Northern Illinois, was the player that got the pressure on and forced the holding call, and he's been quiet so far tonight. Matthew Page called for the hold. There's Windsor. He's got 3.5 sacks and 5 tackles for loss so far this season. Kind of a lanky rush end.
Yeah.
That can get after the quarterback. So now it's 1st and 20. 1:44 to go before halftime. Play action for Keith Winning. Finds fakes down the sideline. Hammered inside the 10. And he is out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. Jamal Payton made the hit. Very close to a first down.
This Ball State offense, they're using all of their weapons right now. The tight end, the running back, both wideouts. Makes it very hard for the Huskies to defend them.
Into the pile goes Juwan Edwards. Moving the pile into the end zone. That's a Ball State touchdown.
Impressive. Very, very impressive. I got Juwan Edwards, very strong running back. Runs with power. And once he gets going north and south, extremely difficult to stop. And like I said, Skrosky, he's going to take whatever the defense gives him. He doesn't mind running Juwan Edwards all night long. If it's there, take it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Another touchdown in the red zone for Ball State.
That was impressive. Talk about changing the line of scrimmage. That was the entire Northern Illinois defensive front that basically got steamrolled into the end zone. The last 3 offensive possessions for Ball State, 3 straight touchdowns. And they've got a 21-13 lead. Watch this defensive front for Northern Illinois and where they all end up.
This is what you call moving the pile.
Northern Illinois University. Grit, determination, tenacity. We are Huskies. Champions in the classroom, in competition, in life. We are Northern Illinois University. Learning today, leading tomorrow.
21-13, Ball State has the lead. Bob Wischusen alongside Desmond Howard. Down on the field, we've got Quinn Kesnick as well.
It makes you wonder, did they score too quick? The Huskies got a minute 28. That's plenty of time for Jordan Lynch in that offense.
Harris Logan back deep to receive the kick. As Secor will kick it deep. How deep will he kick it? It's a ground ball that should give Northern Illinois some terrific field position. Rob Sterling all the way out close to the 40-yard line. Plenty of time for Jordan Lynch. Let's check in with Chris Cotter.
Bob, coming up at the half, Trevor Matich is going to join me. We'll have much more on the situation going on right now in Tallahassee involving Jameis Winston. We'll also talk about Baylor's defense. That's something we probably haven't done since Thomas Everett was playing in Waco. And we'll also take a look back at the first half here of our game. Great quarterback duel. Till then, back to you, Bob, and Des, and to come.
All right, Chris, thanks very much. So here goes Jordan Lynch to work with good field position. Sets up a little tunnel screen. It might take one play for Northern Illinois. Deron Brown takes it the distance. And the Huskies have a touchdown.
Now the question is, did they score too quickly? That was fast. And the one thing about Deron Brown, he's an ex-hurdler. He's the guy who they know can take the lid off of defense, but you want to give him the ball in space because chances are the opponent will not have a guy who can catch him once he gets out in the open field like that. Wow. Like he almost pulled a hammy at the 10-yard line. He was running so fast. That was impressive. Brown can flat out fly.
The tennis match continues. As the ball is back in Ball State's court, it's a 1-point.
I've always loved writing.
Ball State, education redefined.
21-20, Ball State has the lead, but all the momentum back with Rod Carey's team. Jordan Lynch, he might be in the Heisman race. He keeps on throwing screens out to wide receivers. They take it 70 yards for a touchdown.
It always seems so unfair. You know, he gets all that yardage when Deron Brown did all the work.
That is a bitter old wide receiver and return guy talking there. It'll be a touchback for Ball State. They'll have it out to the 25-yard line. And celebrating its 9th year, sponsoring the Good Hands Field Goal Nets, All-State makes contributions to participating universities' general scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kicked. Since 2005, All-State has contributed more than $3.3 million in scholarship funds. You know, Desmond, you talk about situational football and all of these college offenses that are obsessed with going 100 miles an hour. And Ball State, yes, they scored a touchdown, but they left so much time on the clock for Northern Illinois, and now Northern Illinois has done the same for Ball State. It's great to score a touchdown.
Yep.
But when you leave the opposition enough time, and they have a high-powered offense, and now Wenning is back to work with a minute 13 to go before halftime, and he has Jordan Williams. That'll stop the clock out to about the 36-yard line with a first down.
Both offenses right now are in rhythm. I think they've hit their stride. They both started off kind of tight early in the game, but now this is the matchup that we thought we would see. This is the game that we anticipated. Both quarterbacks are starting to come alive right now.
Wenning up the seam. That was almost intercepted. Jameel Smith, his intended receiver, tripped and fell. And there was a chance for Jimmy Ward, who is a semifinalist for the Jim Thorpe Award, to make a play on the ball.
Their feet got tangled as Smith tried to come inside. Yeah, probably a good no call on that play.
Jimmy Ward's a heck of a player. He played on A.J. McCarron's high school team, but he likes defense so much, they wanted him to play offense, and he refused. He said, I don't want to play offense. I just want to hit others. Dropping the football is Jordan Williams. So it will be 3rd down and 10 with 1:01 to go. And if Ball State's not careful, they might give Northern Illinois the ball back with plenty of time to try for another score before halftime.
You're not kidding. A lot of time left on the clock for that offense. It's a big 3rd down for Ball State.
Drop 8 into coverage. Wenning still finds a soft spot for a 1st down. Out to the 48-yard line, and it's Jordan Williams, fresh off the drop. This time makes the catch.
He threaded the needle on that play right there. Williams just dropped the ball. Wenning said, that's okay, I'll come right back to you, big fella. Watch him thread the needle. Excellent throw, good catch. Way to secure the ball. Nice 3rd down conversion.
And now instead of Northern Illinois maybe having some time before halftime, and Ball State worrying they left Jordan Lynch too much time, it's the Cardinals that call timeout with 55 seconds to go to give Keith Wenning an opportunity. And Wenning, you know, it was fun to talk to Pete Lembo, the head coach, about him, because he talked about how Wenning presents all of the qualities you would want in a quarterback. He's even-keeled. He's got poise. He's humble. He isn't cocky. Just an old-school worker that wants to watch film and solve problems.
And Skrosky said that what he likes about him is that he never gets too high, never gets too low, even-keeled guy, and he has that it factor. No matter what is taking place, the previous play, a bad throw or interception, he's able to put it behind him and go right back out there and execute.
Another hookup with the tight end, Zane fakes. Right between the numbers, down to the 31-yard line of Northern Illinois. And that'll stop the clock for the moment with 49 seconds to go in the 1st half. And Ball State still with 2 timeouts. Wenning outside, cut back by Jamil Smith. Broke a tackle but lost his footing. So it looks like the Cardinals might spend their 2nd timeout with 38 seconds to go in the half after a gain of 6.
Little Jamil Smith, so dangerous out in space, very hard to tackle. I almost got away right there, slipped, the knee touched, you're down. Can't get back up and run. Very, very slippery little wide out, Jamil Smith.
Great story. Walks on as a quarterback.
Yeah.
He's a Ball State area kid. He grew up in Muncie.
Yep, exactly.
So he's a high school quarterback with no scholarship offers, even to Division II out of high school. But he comes as a walk-on to Ball State, and he's their 2010 Scout Team Player of the Year.
Yep.
All of a sudden, somebody, when you keep on making plays on Scout Team, I guess takes notice and says, hey, if this guy keeps beating our defense,
exactly,
shouldn't we have him maybe beating somebody else's defense?
That's right. You have to give him a lot of credit, too. He says, look, I'm D1 talent, and I'm not going to settle for anything less. He walked on, earned his way to a starting role, a scholarship. Man, great story, and just a tough kid, too. Really tough kid.
After the timeout, Smith is in the slot left. Wenning instead comes to the right-hand side. That's incomplete. Off the fingertips of Jordan Williams with 35 seconds to go in the half. And you wonder, in conditions like this, if Ball State is even in field goal range at this point, faced with 3rd down and 5.
3rd down and 5.
Ball State might just barely be in field goal range from here. They're trying to keep the drive alive on 3rd and 5. Wenning under pressure, hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Pressure came from George Rainey, and now the decision for Pete Lembo. It looked like in pregame, as if from about 42 yards away, Scott Secor was able to knock some through. And it looks like they will try from 43 yards out to get points before halftime. Out of the hold of Keith Wenning, so the quarterback will put it down from 43 yards away into the wind. And a timeout called by Northern Illinois. So Rod Carey is going to let Scott Secor think about it for a moment. And let's go down to Quint. The conditions facing Secor on this kick, Quint?
Yeah, Bob, good point. This is right on the fringe of his range going into this 12-mile-an-hour wind or so. I talked to Secor before the game, and he was talking about the balls and how cold it is, and they can feel like kicking rocks. Now, the key to this kick for Secor, like a golf shot, make good contact, it'll cut through the wind. If he mishits it, that'll be accentuated, and the ball will get taken down by the wind.
Well, let's see if Secor, into this breeze, can muscle it through from 43 yards away.
During the timeout, he ran to the sideline and did a little practice kick.
And Northern Illinois spending one of those timeouts that they had remaining might limit their chances to score before halftime with only one timeout left. Another timeout called.
Watch Secor run to the sideline.
Final charge. Timeout of the half. Northern Illinois. 30 seconds in length.
Secor's going to run to the sideline and take another practice kick. Watch him. I don't blame you. Don't stand out there and get cold. Kick it anyway.
Well, maybe that's the idea for Rod Carey. Yeah. He wants the kicker to have as much inactivity as possible. But you're right. He's
I'm going to go kick. I'm not going to stand out there and get cold. I'll kick it whether you let me do it or not.
Keep the blood pumping.
Keep the toes warm. That's right. Not run out there and kick it again. There you go. Smart play. That's a smart move by Secor. I don't blame him. The whole idea is to ice the kicker.
Well, at least he goes out there now setting up knowing they can't stop me on this attempt.
There you go.
Northern Illinois is now out of timeouts. And the flags are stiff in this breeze. As now, after 2 timeouts called by Northern Illinois, it will finally be Secor from 43 yards away. He is 13 of 17 on the season. He's got it online.
Got it.
And he's got it through.
Yes, sir. Those practice kicks during those timeouts, see, keep the toes warm. That's the key.
He ran about 100 yards back and forth between the sideline and the field during the 2 timeouts. And this one had the distance and then some.
Yeah.
He cleared that comfortably. That would have been good from 50.
Guess you could say he hit that one solid, just like the golf ball.
So Ball State, as we said, won the toss. So they'll have the ball to start the 3rd quarter. And I have to think from the Cardinals standpoint that this first half couldn't have really played out much better. On the road to take a lead to halftime, knowing you're going to start the 3rd quarter with the ball.
Yeah, you're right about that. And even the botched onside kick that Northern Illinois ended up recovering is still 24-10 now. 25 seconds on the clock. Now, we'll see if they're going to kick this one away or squib kick like they did last time, which resulted in a 1-play touchdown for Northern Illinois. So I want to see what Pete Limbo is going to do this time with this kickoff.
Well, Rod Carey just spent both of his 2 remaining timeouts. So this will be a pooch kick. It'll be taken by one of the up men. And already Northern Illinois in plus territory. Wow. You have to wonder the thought process as Austin Smaha, a backup defensive end.
19 seconds.
Still plenty of time to try and get in field goal range at the very least.
With this field position, yeah, are you kidding me? I don't understand that at all. That makes, I don't understand that. I don't know the rationale behind that squib kick.
Well, especially after Northern Illinois just used both of their timeouts. They're all but announcing to you, if you kick it deep and we get stopped inside our own 25-yard line, we're going to take a knee.
Squib kick last time, now a pooch kick? I don't understand it.
Tackled inbounds short of the first down is Deron Brown.
Right.
So Northern Illinois has to hurry, and they have to spike the ball.
Yeah, and Deron Brown needs to understand the situation. You got to get out of bounds.
Lynch gets his team set, spikes it with 1 second to go in the first half. And did he get that spike off before the clock said 2 seconds? New rule enforcement this year in college football. If the clock has 2 seconds or 1 second, when you go to spike the football, the half is supposed to be over. You're not supposed to be able to execute a spike play with less than 3 seconds on the clock. That should be the end of the half. He spiked that ball. He took the snap with 2 seconds.
Yeah, look at Pete. He's talking to the officials. He said this is over. Half is
third and final charge. Timeout of the half.
Look at
Ball
Pete.
State. 30 seconds in length.
Looks like he's reading the run back to one of his own players.
He's irate, rightfully so.
But that, by rules, should have ended the first half. So that's a break for Northern Illinois as we take one more look. If he takes this snap with 2 seconds on the clock or less, very close.
Yeah. Yep.
So with 1 second on the clock, now it's going to be a long field goal attempt for Matt Sims. Now he has the wind helping him, but cold temperatures. This is from 52 yards away to try and give Northern Illinois 3 more points before halftime. And now this kick is going to get a little bit easier. 12 men on the field for Ball State.
They had Willie Snead back there to try to field the kick in case it fell short.
There is no foul for 12 men in formation on the defense. The ball had not been blown, ready for play. Still 4th down.
That's a big decision as well.
Huge.
Because the difference here between a 47-yard field goal and a 52-yard field goal in these temperatures would be big. So from 52 yards away, Sims, his career long is 54. Does it have the distance? It does not have the alignment. Just outside the uprights on the left. So Northern Illinois gave up field position with the pooch kick, but it does not hurt them, as Ball State has a 4-point lead at halftime.
Doesn't matter ready or not. 12 is still 12, man.
And both coaches have something to say to the officials as Rod Carey heads to the locker room arguing that that last play should have gone, or that last call should have gone his team's way. But it's Pete Lembo's team that has the lead by 4 at halftime. Let's go down to Quinn.
Coach, how do you best describe the play of your quarterback, Keith Wenning?
You know, after that first series, he really settled down. The whole offense settled down. It's loud here. Tell you what, they got a great crowd, and they're into it. And after that first series, I thought our guys got used to it.
This game has become a shootout. What do you emphasize defensively?
Well, we're playing pretty well other than that big screen we gave up. If we can keep holding some field goals in the red zone, that's like a victory against these guys.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thanks.
All right, Quinn, thanks very much. So it's a 4-point lead at halftime for Ball State as they try and hurt Northern Illinois' chance to bust the BCS.
Thank you, Bob. Welcome inside our college football studios in Bristol. Trevor Matich is going to join. Ball State with a 4-point lead at the half. Here's Jordan Lynch. He's got 1 touchdown passing, this one running the football in, 224 total yards, but Keith Wenning has been his equal on the other side for Ball State. And Trevor, when you talk about just the numbers of these quarterbacks, I mean, Keith Wenning, 20 of 26, and Jordan Lynch, 15 of 17. Extremely efficient.
Yeah, the percentage is 77% for Wenning, Lynch 88%. And the thing is, Lynch has done pretty much everything he wants to do. He's not only throwing the ball with immense efficiency, he's also running the ball well enough to keep those chains moving. The problem is 2 of his drives ended in field goals. They stalled inside the red zone. And that is understandable considering that Ball State came into this game as the 2nd leading red zone defense in the MAC. but Lynch has been able to move the ball down into there. I mean, they had one punt in their first series, and everything else after that has been score, 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 score. This one to Brown really got some momentum back for them. But I'll tell you this, Jordan Lynch wishes he had one play back, and that is on that first field goal. Before they had to kick that field goal, they had a wide open receiver in the end zone that Lynch missed. And for all the ones he's completed today, that one might come back to haunt him.
You know, there you see right there in terms of running backs and their yards rushing the football through their first 10 games. Only, you know, Shoelace and himself, Lynch, last year had gained more yards. So he's definitely a running threat. You know, listening to the coach go into halftime there for Ball State, said, hey, if we hold them to field goals here in the red zone, that's a win for them. And Ball State's been able to do that. You know, between the 20s, Northern Illinois has been going up and down the field, but they've kept them out of the end zone pretty well.
They have. And the second time they forced a field goal was a terrific defense. The first time, offensive mistake. And you got to figure that's a 4-point difference that Lynch did not hit his receiver in the end zone on that because they kicked a field goal instead of that wide open touchdown. Keith Wenning is turning this thing into a quarterback duel, though, because as well as Lynch is playing, Wenning is matching him. He's not running the ball, but he's completing 77% of his passes, and he's just incredibly efficient. Earlier in the game, Wenning was throwing sideline to sideline near the line of scrimmage. But later in the second quarter, he started throwing the ball vertically and hitting those seams. And so he's turned this into a duel between two of the best quarterbacks in the conference.
And Keith Wenning, he's moved into second place on Ball State's single-season touchdown list. Last week against Central Michigan, his touchdown pass to open the scoring tonight inched him closer to the record of 30 set by Nate Davis back in 2008. Second half coming up. Very exciting first half. We expect the same from DeKalb in moments. Okay.
So much on the line on ESPN College Football Primetime as Ball State trying to make it to the MAC championship game. Northern Illinois has their eyes set not only on a MAC championship, but also a spot in the BCS once again as we're set for the start of the third quarter. Bob Wischusen here with Desmond Howard. Down on the field, Quinn Kesnick will join us in a moment. The game we expected, the two best teams arguably in the conference playing like it, and the two best quarterbacks in the conference playing like it as well.
As good as advertised. I think when you look at Keith Wenning, he's been very accurate as a quarterback so far. He's been dissecting the defense of Northern Illinois, just picking the right receivers at the right time. He's looking guys off. I mean, Wenning has been playing fantastic. And Jordan Lynch, when you look at what he's been able to do, and you know what? He had 2 touchdown throws that were dropped, one by Brown and one by my man Lewis, a little diminutive guy, a little small guy. So he had 2 touchdown drops that aren't on there right now. But I think both guys are playing very well right now. They got off to a slow start, kind of tight. But, man, these offenses, they've opened up, and it's just an offensive show right now. I think we're in for a shootout in the second half.
We might be. Let's check in quickly with Quinn.
More penetration from our D-line. That's the focus of Northern Illinois head coach Rod Carey. Says we got to bounce their running back east-west. Offensively, can't settle for field goals. Bob, it's only been a 6-possession game.
And a very short kick to start the third quarter, as it will be brought by Jameel Smith all the way back out to about the 35-yard line. Well, 2 well-known Ball State alums did their part to make sure the Cardinal fans have a big presence tonight here at Husky Stadium. Michigan head coach Brady Hoke and ESPN writer Jason Whitlock, both Ball State alums. They funded 5 buses for 220 Ball State students to make the almost 5-hour trip to DeKalb. And that was video of those buses arriving about an hour before kickoff. So there is a big Ball State contingent here tonight. Thanks to Jason Whitlock, Brady Hoke, and the school as well. And a broken tackle to start off the second half. And Willie Snead picks up a first down for Ball State, a gain of 11.
Willie Snead is about 5'11", but he plays like he's about 6'3". Just real physical guy. Breaks arm tackles. Excellent after the catch. He's the guy who'll be playing on Sundays.
Looking for some room, Jawan Edwards. And he finds 5 yards across the 50. into Northern Illinois territory. Jawan Edwards didn't draw much recruiting interest out of high school, but Pete Lembo's job before taking up the Ball State job was at Elon. So he knew of Jawan Edwards in North Carolina and recruited him once he got here. Tipped ball, and Snead can't short hop it. It will be 3rd down and about 6 from midfield.
One of those tipped balls that, you know, we talked about earlier. A lot of passes that come out of Keith's hands, especially in the tackle area, they get tipped. And the defensive coordinator, Jay Neiman, he told us about that. Number 46, George Rainey, got his finger on one. A lot of passes from Winning, when they're in that tackle area, guys get their hands up and they tip the ball.
Northern Illinois trying to get a stop to start off the 3rd quarter. Only 2 down linemen. They rush 4. Winning, well protected, over the middle, incomplete. He was hit as the ball came out. There was some pressure.
When the ball is thrown like that, it's behind the receiver, you know that Keith Winning must have been hit at the release because he just doesn't throw balls like that. That's exactly what happened.
That was Ken Bishop, the 308-pound senior and defensive tackle that was able to just get his hand in the way of Keith Wenning. So Wenning with 2 tipped balls on that drive, and Northern Illinois gets the stop. And now flags everywhere. It'll be a false start called against the Cardinals.
False start. Offense, number 49. 5-yard penalty remains. 4th down.
That doesn't change things much for a punt from midfield, but the job of Kyle Schmidt, the punter for Ball State, will be to try and pin Matt Williams as deep as possible and make it the long field for Jordan Lynch. Schmidt will try and angle a kick and does not get a lot of the football. Takes a sideways hop, though, out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. So it wasn't aesthetically pleasing, but it got the job done. And it will be the long field for Jordan Lynch. His first chance here in the 3rd quarter with his team down by 4. And in the second half, Desmond, again, Jordan Lynch coming into tonight, closing in on a 1,200-yard rushing season. But very little of the offensive package, it seemed, to the first half for Northern Illinois was designed runs for Jordan Lynch. Do you think we see more of that in the second half?
I think we will see more of that in the second half. I mean, the first half, they used Jerron Brown a lot, Tommy Lee Lewis on those bubble screens. But I think now we're going to see a lot of Jordan Lynch. Here we go right there. Another design run, the first play.
And well defended by Ball State. They give up 2 yards. Jonathan Newsom held the edge and brought down Jordan Lynch. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Jonathan Newsom is an interesting story. He's a transfer from Ohio State. He's a guy who he's like a hybrid. You know, he can put his hand in the dirt and he can rush the passer, but he can stand up too and play out in space. So he's a guy who they really expect to hold the edge tonight.
Lynch to throw on 2nd down, just shy of a 1st down. He finds Tommy Lee Lewis, but it will be 3rd down and 2.
Seems like Bob Cole is really satisfied with going with his quick game tonight. A lot of quick throws, quick passes, those short routes.
Lynch on a keeper on 3rd down, and he muscles his way up the middle for a 1st down. So 2 design quarterback runs in this first sequence of plays to start the 3rd quarter for Northern Illinois.
Not a lot of shots down the field, though, by the Huskies offense. I'm looking forward to them trying to take a shot down the field soon. You know, getting the Cardinals defensive backs playing closer and closer to the Huskies wideouts. I want to see if they're going to take a shot down the field.
Lynch buying time. And throws a bullet to the sideline. And Tommy Lee Lewis couldn't hold on. It will be 2nd down and 10. Eric Patterson came with a corner blitz and got some pressure on Jordan Lynch. Patterson was caught in no man's land. You have to respect the running ability of Jordan Lynch.
Oh, you have
that
to.
creates a lot of indecision on the blitz.
Exactly. You don't want to jump and try to bat a ball down.
Lynch flips one on the left flat. Incomplete. It will be 3rd down and 10. And Jordan Lynch, it looked like, was pretty close to the line of scrimmage when he finally let that pass go.
I thought he was about to run myself. I was surprised when he flipped it out there like that.
He was right on the line of scrimmage, but
must have been really close.
It looked like he just barely stayed behind, so it's 3rd down and 10. And you wonder if this takes the quarterback run game out of play on 3rd down and long.
Yeah, I don't think you'll see a designed run right here. If he runs, it's because it's great coverage in the secondary and he has no choice.
Ball State shows blitz. Let's see if they bring pressure. There's a design quarterback run for Lynch. He's going nowhere. Breaks a tackle. Are you kidding me? Does he get the 1st down? Where will they mark the football? He needed to get to the 38-yard line, and it looks like they will put the ball almost on the 38-yard line. When it looked like he was going to get thrown for a loss of a yard or two, somehow Jordan Lynch slipped away from Jonathan Newsom.
Well, I stand corrected. Of course it's going to be a Jordan Lynch run. Are you kidding me? And then Newsom, we just talked about him, the transfer from Ohio State, had him for a tackle for loss, tried to swing him around. Jordan Lynch is too strong for that type of tackling. You got to wrap him up and bring him to the ground. You can't try to sling him like a rag doll.
They're going to run the chains across from the far side of the field, and Jonathan Newsom can't believe it. He went for a piggyback ride for a moment. His entire weight was on Jordan Lynch's back for just a moment, and Lynch wouldn't go down.
And that's what he's telling he's telling that to one of his teammates, too.
And this is going to be a 1st down for Northern Illinois.
Incredible run. That's why he's Jordan Lynch. Wow. Watch this play. Nothing's up the middle. He gets stopped. Newsom has him, tries to sling him to the ground. Jordan is much too strong for that. Gets out to the outside. Just enough for the 1st down. Incredible play by Jordan Lynch. Great individual effort by that young man.
Keeps the drive alive for the Huskies. Jet sweep, James Spencer picks up close to 7. Brian Jones tripped him up. So what should have been a stop for Ball State on defense, and they should be right now handing the ball to Keith Wetning. Instead, Jordan Lynch out near midfield. A quick hitter. Desroy Maxwell, reserve tight end, picks up about 1.5 yards. Zach Ryan and Brian Jones combined on the tackle. So it's another 3rd down coming, 3rd and a long 2.
You got to think with all these quick throws, they're trying to set the defense up for a shot down the field, especially when you throw a quick bubble screen to the tight end. Desroy, he's not your bubble screen guy.
Lynch up the middle, cut down, and he might be short. And it looks like he will be short of the 1st down. So now it's 4th down and 1 yard from just across Northern Illinois' own 47-yard line. This is 4th down and about 1/2 yard to go. And as of now, Rod Carey's not taking the offense off the field yet. Now in the 1st quarter, we saw this type of scenario where Jordan Lynch pooch punch play.
Yeah.
Would you go for it here?
I would go for it here. No pooch punt here. I'm going for it.
And they will go for it. And Lynch has it. And then some. Gutsy call by Rod Carey in Northern Illinois. And Jordan Lynch makes it pay off as they go for it in their own end on 4th and 1.
Gutsy call, but the right call. When you have a quarterback like Jordan Lynch behind center, you have to go for it on 4th and 1 under these circumstances. Shows your offensive line, shows the whole offense that you have a lot of confidence in them.
Even on your own side of the 50.
Yep.
That
was big.
A courageous call,
to say the least.
Lynch from the pocket finds Deron Brown. That's another Husky 1st down.
Looks like Jordan Lynch in the offense, they're playing with the rhythm now. It seems like they're real comfortable. Really comfortable with what they're seeing and what they're taking from the defense.
Lynch wants a throwback. And Ball State not fooled. Still in all, it's a play that's going to go for about 9 yards. Ball State had defenders out there set to go after Luke Ekus. And Ekus still bowled his way for about a 9-yard gain.
I mean, that play had the looks of a minimum gain at most. All the white jerseys you saw around him, but what a great job of putting his pads down low and just driving his legs for extra yards. Great yards after contact run right there.
Lynch, play action fake, flips it towards the end zone, and it's out of bounds. Intended for Brown. It will be 3rd down and about a half yard. There's a flag down, though, on the near side of the field. This might be a defensive penalty.
Offside. Defense, number 91. That 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
Tracy Key lined up offsides.
If Lynch keeps that ball in bounds, though, that's a touchdown.
So Northern Illinois back in the red zone. A couple of times tonight, though, Ball State has gotten red zone stops and forced field goals. Can they do it again here and hold on to their lead? Draco Smith, the true freshman, and a tailback again. He takes the handoff, tucked down inside the 10. Eric Patterson might have saved a touchdown. Good for a 1st down. It's 1st and goal.
Nice, tough run by the young man, Draco Smith.
It's another Huskies.
1st and goal. Draco Smith again, same play. He's down inside the 3-yard line, where it will be 2nd down and goal. Up tempo for Northern Illinois. They've got the Ball State defense on their heels. Draco Smith tries to finish off the drive, and does. He's in for the touchdown.
This may be known as the Jonathan Newsom drive, because this is when he had Jordan Lynch in his grasp for a tackle for a loss, tried to sling him around, and they got the 1st down, and from there they just showed the confidence. They may have to review that one, though, Bob.
It looked
like
as
his
if
knee may have been down before the ball broke the plane. They may have to review it.
It's a touchdown. The play is under further review.
It certainly looked as if he was still reaching for the goal line when his knee came down. Worst case scenario for Northern Illinois, they'll put the ball either at the 1 or inside the 1.
Yeah, here's another look at it, but you need the other angle.
It's a tough angle.
Too many bodies over there.
Yeah, the first angle that we saw seemed to be pretty definitive. And this one also, knee down before the ball gets to the goal line, but
still need the first look. This is the one we need. Here you go. You can see the knee down now.
Well, the only problem, though, is you can't see the football. Now you see the football.
Yeah. Yep. Bunch of big bodies in front of you.
It has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn the call on the field. And right now the ball comes into view.
Right. I'm thinking that one will be overturned.
So logic certainly seems to state they'll put the ball inside the 1-yard line. But with the way that Northern Illinois has moved the ball on this drive, it almost seems like it's going to it's just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah. But if they eventually score on this drive, I mean, just think of that 3rd down play when Jonathan Newsom had Jordan Lynch wrapped up.
After further review, the runner was down prior to crossing the goal line. It'll be 3rd and goal at the half-yard line. The clock is correct. It will start on my signal.
Signal call.
Seems like the correct call, and they'll put the ball at the half-yard line. Don Willard, our referee, and Tom Kissinger heading up the replay booth. He's the replay official tonight. So it was the true freshman Draco Smith that seemed to cap the drive off, and he will stay in the game as the tailback. 3rd and goal from inside the 1.
It's like the same formation they used the last time Jordan Lynch scored on the right side.
Draco Smith motions out. Jordan Lynch.
Same play, different results this time.
Stopped shy of the goal line.
Yep.
So now the review becomes a huge call. It will be 4th down from inside the 1. Zach Ryan and Ben Engel just barely kept Lynch out of the end zone.
You got to give those guys credit. Look at that. I mean, they held their ground. They did not budge. And that is a strong runner, Jordan Lynch coming right at them.
And talk about not budging, Rod Carey not budging. He leaves his offense on the field. Although he's running down the sideline, he might want to call a timeout. He doesn't get the timeout call. Instead, it's a handoff up the middle. Good thing for Northern Illinois as Cameron Stingley scores the touchdown on 4th and goal from inside the 1. And Rod Carey just walks back to midfield like nothing ever happened.
Wow. What a drive. What a drive by Northern Illinois. 4th and goal. Give it to Cameron Stingley. And he's a guy who he's just so hard to tackle. We spoke with the coaches. They said, Desmond, we knew he was going to be our starting running back. When our defenders came up to us after one practice and said, you know what, we don't like tackling Stingley.
So Northern Illinois gets the touchdown.
Yeah.
And as Desmond, you said, it might be known as the Jonathan Newsom drive.
Yes, sir.
Newsom can't bring down Jordan Lynch at the start of the drive, and Cameron Stingley finishes it off. Drive, our 4-drive recap. 17 plays, 85 yards for Jordan Lynch in Northern Illinois. He avoids the loss, and then Desmond Howard, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown at the end.
Yeah, that was a big play right there, because if he makes that tackle, there's no touchdown at the end. And 4th and 1, give it to Jordan Lynch. Why not? This is the play we thought he was in, but no, great call, correct call. He did not get in, but give it to Stingley. He's going to run 2 or 3 guys over. No one's going to deny him from getting into the end zone.
So Jordan Lynch engineers a 17-play, 85-yard touchdown drive. He ran for 3 first downs on his own on that drive. And avoiding the loss on a 3rd and 10 scramble where he held off Jonathan Newsom somehow to keep playing. So now it's back in Ball State's court. Another short kick. This will bounce and have to be covered up. That worked out very well for Northern Illinois as Jameel Smith has to cover it up inside the 20-yard line. 8.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. A terrific game here in DeKalb, Illinois.
This guy's a pro.
The upset. ESPN College Football Primetime presented by Hampton Hotels. Alabama, Mississippi State. Saturday, 7:45 on ESPN. College football lives here.
ESPN College Football Primetime. Brought to you by Ally Bank. Your money needs an ally. And Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
It is a heroes game here in DeKalb, Illinois tonight, and why not? With Veterans Day this past Monday, but Northern Illinois choosing tonight's primetime game to honor our military and rescue workers. And the jerseys that you see, heroes jerseys being worn tonight by Northern Illinois, those jerseys will be commemorative and auctioned off after the game, with the money being donated to veterans groups. So this is an important drive for Ball State, and it starts off well with Jawan Edwards out close to the 28-yard line, a gain of about 8 yards on first down after they surrendered the lead on a 17-play touchdown drive that ate up Desmond almost half of the quarter.
Incredible. 17-play, too. Wow. They really controlled the clock on that drive.
Winning, play action fake. Design rollout with some pressure coming, and he finds Willie Snead. And Snead has a first down out to the 35-yard line. The second player in Ball State history to work on back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons.
I tell you what, Bob, I'm so impressed with winning and the way he's going through his progression, looking at his first, second, and then throwing the ball down to his 3rd option.
Trap handoff. Again, it's Jawan Edwards. And this time, forward progress for only 3 yards, thrown back by Joe Windsor.
He's really doing a great job, that winning is, of taking what the defense gives him. And that's what Rich Skrosky, the offensive coordinator, he emphasized that. He said, we want to take what they give us, and then we get a shot, we want to get the big play. So All of these little short dink and dunk passes, I wouldn't be surprised to see him take a shot down the field if they get the opportunity.
Second down and 7. Another play action fake and a rollout. Floating one to Snead in the open field. Down to the 41-yard line of Northern Illinois. That was a well-designed play.
It really was. And an excellent job by Winning with the play fake, the play action fake. Holden, watch this play action fake. Everyone's freezing. Great, just nice touch pass, too, to Snead. That's the thing about Winning. He's so accurate, strong arm, but he knows when to throw a touch pass, knows when to drill it in there, knows how to thread the needle. Very impressive quarterback, this Keith Winning.
Winning another touch pass looking for Snead. Broken up, almost intercepted. Boomer Mays had a chance on the carom. And it was Michael Santacaterina, the outside linebacker, back in zone coverage, that tipped it.
I don't think he ever saw Santacaterina come into the play. You didn't see him come into the picture till late. Really similar to the play he just hit Snead on, too, right there in the middle, over the linebackers' heads.
To Edwards on second down and 10. This will bring up third down and about 6. A gain of 4.5, so it'll be third down and a long 5 for Ball State in what might be 4-down territory. They're in that gray area where you might go for it on 4th down if you come up short here on 3rd down. Outside field goal range, but too close to punt. Comes a blitz. Winning over the middle. He's got the first down with a flag down in the secondary. Zane Fakes made the reception. Santacaterina was there to drag down Zane Fakes, but Fakes picked up the first down, a gain of about 7.
Pass interference. Defense, number 7. That penalty's declined. Result of the play, first down.
So not only was Zane Fakes able to make the reception, but he was interfered with on the route by Santacaterina.
Good route, too, by Fakes. A little choice route. He had an option. Go out, then come right back in. Choice route. Santacaterina had no choice but to hold him. I'm glad he committed that penalty. He gave me a chance to say his name again. Santacaterina.
And off to Juwan Edwards. Looking to move the pile down to the 21-yard line. A gain of nearly 8 on first down. And that power run game has been there when Ball State has needed it.
There's no doubt about that. And I'm really surprised that the offensive line of the Cardinals are just controlling the line of scrimmage the way they are. They're actually pushing the line of scrimmage 5 yards down the field.
Winning. Out on the edge, another first down reception for Willie Snead. He pops up, but he's ruled down at the 10-yard line, so it will be first down and goal. Again, it was Santacaterina on the stop.
Gain of 11.
The way the Cardinals offense just goes out there and handles their business, it's like a well-oiled machine.
Pump fake by Winning. Floats one into the end zone. Incomplete. Looking for Jamil Smith. Well, we talked about this yesterday. With all due respect to Purdue and Iowa, who will play in one of the best conferences in college football, and those were wins for Northern Illinois, you think Ball State is the best team that Northern Illinois has played this season?
Without a shadow of a doubt, no doubt. And I knew that this would be the biggest game that they've played thus far. I mean, you take away the conference that Iowa plays in and Purdue, obviously, and you just look at the team, you look at Ball State, this team is a very, very good team, well coached, excellent quarterback, good defense, and they're showing it tonight.
Edwards on 2nd and goal with a cutback. All the way down to about the 1-yard line when it looked like they had him stopped at the 5.
Can't say enough about Juwan Edwards and how even at the point of contact, the young man keeps his feet moving. Watch him right here. He's patient. He sees the whole contact. He keeps his feet moving. He doesn't go down. Low center of gravity, a guy who runs well behind his pads.
3rd down and goal from the 1. Ball State trying to retake the lead. Edwards hit in the backfield and dropped. George Rainey read the play. And now the decision for Pete Lembo. Does he go for it on 4th down from inside the 5? And no, he's going to send out Scott Secor and the field goal unit and take the tie. Now remember, Keith Winning is the holder, so that brings a whole variety of possibilities into play.
That's right.
We've already seen a surprise onside kick for Ball State. 19-yard field goal attempt for the tie from a tough angle for Secor. Knocks it through.
Secor's 19-yard field goal is good. Your score,
3:07 to go in the 3rd quarter. One of these teams with an inside track to the MAC championship game. We're tied.
Monday Night Football. Easier to bring home a movie tonight with DirecTV Cinema.
You can make an argument the entire MAC season comes down to tonight. Well, the entire NASCAR season does come down to one race. With Jimmy Johnson on the brink of a 6th championship, can Kevin Harvick or Matt Kenseth pull the upset? Or will Jimmy further his legacy and get one step closer to Dale Earnhardt and Richard Petty? It's the Ford EcoBoost 400 at Homestead, Miami, Sunday at 2 on ESPN. We are tied at 27, ESPN College Football Prime Time, and now the ball will go back to Jordan Lynch again. But Desmond, that was a big stop by the NIU defense. It seems like in this game, anytime you hold to a field goal in the red zone, that's a big defensive win.
Huge win, and I think that's what's going to come down to. And listen, if I'm at home watching this game, I'm texting, calling, tweeting my friends. Turn to ESPN2 right now. Get some of this action. Excellent game going on right now between Northern Illinois and Ball State.
If Ball State is able to win this game, they would clinch the MAC West. Northern Illinois has their sights set on beyond the MAC. Not only a MAC championship, but possibly getting into the top 16, if not into the top 12 of the BCS. They're already in the top 16, depending on what happens in the American Athletic Conference as well. They might find themselves in the BCS again. We're tied at 27. Back to Chris Cotter.
Bob, maybe you're texting your friends and telling them to tune into ESPNU because we got a MAC 2 for tonight. Trey Archer here going in from 20 yards out. That's his 6th touchdown in the last 7 games. He's starting to heat up. Kent with the lead over at Miami of Ohio, Bob.
MAC teams playing all over the place as Ball State and Northern Illinois tied at 27. Jordan Lynch has put up Heisman-esque numbers in his career for the Huskies. But now he finds himself deadlocked and starting from his own 25-yard line. And they go with the big back, Cameron Stingley. And Stingley moves the pile. Rumbles out to about the 38-yard line.
And that's what Stingley brings to the offense. He's like just a bull, straight ahead, get on my back, go for a ride. I'm not going to try to fake you out. I'm not going to try to juke you. I'm going to go north and south, hop on for a ride if you want to roll.
Here he goes again, the converted linebacker trying to bounce outside.
Not his game. You don't want to see him going east and west. That is not his strength.
Stay in your lane,
exactly.
Young man.
Yeah, plant that foot, young man, and go north and south. Nice tackle by Jeffrey Garrett.
2nd down and 11. Well, Cameron Stingley, not only a converted linebacker, but spent 2 years on the scout team and considered quitting, but was convinced that when they moved him to running back, he would never play again. He's got to roll now. Nice move on the cutback by Tommy Lee Lewis. He picks up 8, close to 9. It'll be 3rd down and a long 2. And will they bring Cameron Stingley back in for 3rd and short? He's going to stay on the sideline, and they're going to spread things out with Lynch in the shotgun. Lynch with a pump fake, being chased, hit as he throws. And now it's 4th down and a long 2. Kenneth Lee was there to track down Jordan Lynch. And it looks like it will be the punt group coming out for Northern Illinois.
Good job pressuring the quarterback by Kenneth Lee. Probably the most athletic linebacker on the Cardinals defense. Number 17, big play by the defense right there.
Tyler Weddle with a wobbly kick. Jamil Smith calls for a fair catch and fields it inside the 20-yard line. So Northern Illinois changes field position, but Desmond, based on how well these two offenses have played since, say, the latter part of the first quarter on, this is Tyler Weddle with a wobbly kick. Jamil Smith calls for a fair catch and fields it inside the 20-yard line. So Northern Illinois changes field position, but Desmond, based on how well these two offenses have played since, say, the latter part of the first quarter on, this isn't really a field position game.
No, it's not. I mean, these teams have proven they will go up and down the field on each other. There's no doubt about that. So field position is really not an issue in this matchup. Was that the first time we've seen Northern Illinois punter? Third time? Just seems like we've barely seen this guy. The punters they're not getting much action tonight.
So now it's Keith Wenning's turn. He'll hand it off to Juwan Edwards, and Edwards gets outside. Across the 30, out close to the 32-yard line before he's bumped out. Good block out on the edge by the wide receiver, Jordan Williams.
And just a strong night right by Juwan Edwards right now. Already over 120 yards rushing.
His 11th career 100-yard game. He's up to 133 yards. On a keeper. There goes Keith Wenning. He dives for a first down.
Ball carried by Keith Wenning.
Well, he probably saw everyone going with Juwan Edwards every time he sticks it in there and gives it to him. So he said, I'll keep this one and go around the edge for a few yards myself. I used to play wide receiver. I can run with the ball a little bit.
Pete Lembo, you wonder if he walks over to Rich Gorski, the offensive coordinator, gets on the headset and says, nice call, but I don't want to see that happening too often. My franchise quarterback diving for first downs. Lenning from his comfort zone in the pocket, bobbles, and on the carom caught by Willie Snead. Well, he lost himself some yardage. It goes for only a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Had he caught the ball the first time, it'd be 2nd down and 3. He did cost himself some yards with that double catch.
Willie Snead committed to Ball State just before Pete Lembo got hired. There was a 3-week gap there where the recruiting class could conceivably have left. So Pete Lembo said, Willie Snead was my first phone call. That was a good call to make. 4 more yards for Juwan Edwards, who has been the workhorse. Horatio Banks, the backup running back, who gets about 1 carry to every 2 for Juwan Edwards. He has a left knee injury suffered in practice. He's not available tonight, so Juwan Edwards has carried the mail. And it'll be 3rd down and 4 when we start the 4th quarter. Arguably the MAC title on the line between Ball State and Northern Illinois. And we go to the 4th quarter tied at 27. We've seen Jordan Lynch do work tonight, and we have seen Juwan Edwards pound away as well for Ball State.
The Ford EcoBoost 400 at Homestead, Miami. Sunday at 1 on ESPN.
We start the 4th quarter here in Northern Illinois, and Juwan Edwards through the first 3 quarters. Desmond Howard with 133 yards rushing.
You know, I think he's took control of this game. I can't say enough for the job that Rich Gorski, the offensive coordinator, has done calling this game. But when you see something that you like, you can take advantage of, especially in the middle, why not do it? The offensive line, this game right now is being dominated in the trenches by Ball State's offensive line. There's no doubt about that. And this man right there, Juwan Edwards, he's the beneficiary of that domination.
Huge play to start off the 4th quarter, though. 3rd down and 4 for Ball State. Four-man rush. Wenning under some pressure. Throws it into no man's land. Caroms around and ends up with Edwards. Well short of the first down, though. That could have been a turnover. Anthony Wells right in the face of Keith Wenning. Got a lot of pressure and forced the carom.
Pressure coming right off the right edge and then right up the middle. He tried to get it down the field a little bit. Not enough harm. About 6 guys touched that ball before Juwan Edwards finally caught it.
Juwan Edwards was there in blitz pickup. He had his back to Keith Wenning and ended up looking up, and all of a sudden the football fell in his hands.
Great heads-up play by Juwan Edwards.
Kyle Schmidt to punt. Fair catch called for by Williams inside the 20-yard line. Still tied at 27, but now Jordan Lynch gets the ball back when the Huskies take over.
Real. A belief that what's most important is underneath us all.
Visit WatchESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app to watch ESPN live anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by Vizio.
We are tied at 27 as we continue Dr. Pepper's road to the conference championships. And this is literally the road to a conference championship berth for either Ball State or Northern Illinois in the MAC West, as they are both unbeaten teams. 5-0 in the conference, Northern Illinois. 6-0 coming into tonight. Ball State, early 4th quarter, Jordan Lynch back to work. Swings one right. Tommy Lee Lewis with a flag out. Flags everywhere. Kenneth Lee wrote him out of bounds. But did he grab the face mask or possibly give him a little extra out of bounds? Let's take a look.
Oh, yeah. Got a lot of face masks.
Looked like both players got a handful of face masks.
They really did. You're right about that.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 17, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
You wonder if that's the point that is being made by Kenneth Lee. That seemed like Tommy Lee Lewis got a hand on his face mask also.
He really did. Look at him. Here we go right here. Yeah, I think he has his hand all in Tommy Lee's face mask and Kenneth Lee's face mask. So should have been offsetting penalties.
Instead, it's a 15-yarder that brings it out to the 34-yard line. Lynch with a pump fake. Looks for the deep ball. He's got Deron Brown. Lost the football. A scramble for it at the 12, and it looks like Ball State got it back. Did Brian Jones create a turnover?
Wow. That's the play, Bob, I've been waiting for all night. They kept throwing, they kept throwing the bubble screen. Now they faked the bubble screen, hit Deron Brown all the way down the field, and watch Eric Patterson right here comes in and strips the ball. It's something that Bob Cole talked about, how good Ball State's defenders are at stripping the ball. Unbelievable play by Brian Jones and Eric Patterson.
First turnover of the night, and Ball State is #1 in America in opponent fumble recoveries. That's their 16th on the season, and the first turnover. What a momentum swing. Juwan Edwards patiently looking for some running room, and he picks up about 6.
And had Jordan Lynch threw that ball out front where Deron Brown could have just ran under it and kept running, that's a walk-in touchdown.
And we talked about Cole, the offensive coordinator for Northern Illinois, and he told us that Deron Brown was the guy that they felt could take the top off of the defense as a 4-3, 4-4 guy. Well, he outran Jordan Lynch and his arm there. Instead of a touchdown, it goes back to keep winning on a play-action fake. And he might have thrown that one away as Zane Fakes had nowhere to go with George Rainey coming up and pressuring Wenning. And now it's 3rd down and 4. At about the 19.
Man, I just love a game like this. You look at the crowd, they're on their feet. Man, look at these people all bundled up. They got blankets.
Not those guys.
Man, this is great. This is great.
Four-man rush. Wenning with time. Leaping back to make the catch is Jamil Smith for a gain of 5 and a first down.
And we've seen that time and time again tonight from Jamil Smith. 3rd down conversion. This kid's come up big on 3rd downs tonight for the Cardinals.
With a handoff to Zane Fakes. So the tight end slips in the backfield and takes some of the workload away from Juwan Edwards and gains 5 yards.
Which is not a big surprise because Fakes played running back in high school, so he's comfortable back there in that position. He's just a little bigger now than he was in high school, but he knows how to take a handoff and knows how to plant that foot and go north and south.
He's been a target tonight. Keith Wenning has gone too often. Wenning now 28 of 39 for 262 yards and a touchdown. So he's closing in on yet another 300-yard game. He's the only player in college football, in FBS at least, with 8 300-yard games this season. Guess who? Zane Fakes, first down.
Once again, Wenning's just doing a great job of just taking what the defense gives him.
At some point, do you think Northern Illinois has to be more aggressive and bring some pressure? It seems like they're allowing the dink and dunk game, and Keith Wenning is pretty good at it.
It looks like the defensive backs are coming up a little tighter on the wideouts now.
Another handoff with 2 deep safeties, and so Keith Wenning content to give it to Juwan Edwards for 9 more yards.
That's right. You hit the nail on the head with that one, Bob. Once they go to that 2 deep safety look, hey, We'll give the ball to Juwan Edwards all night until you guys can prove that you can stop him with your defensive line and your linebackers up front.
Let's see if it's a different look for Jay Neiman, the defensive coordinator, as he has 5 players up close to the line. So a 7-defender tackle box, and maybe that's something that Keith Wenning now realizes. Second down and short. They'll keep it on the ground, and that 7-man tackle box works to perfection. Jamal Payton face to face with Juwan Edwards, and 2nd and 1 becomes 3rd and a long 3.
That was just an excellent tackle on a huge running back. That doesn't get any back. That's textbook. Very big play
from a true freshman. Third down and a long 2, close to 3. They have to get to the 49-yard line for a first down. Wenning does it again. That short, controlled passing game has been there all night for Ball State. And boy, does Keith Wenning know exactly where he wants to go with the football, even in those tight windows.
Does a really good job of reading coverages, knowing where pressure is going to come from, knowing where the open seams are, and hitting the guy right in the numbers where he can just catch it, fall down, first down, keep the drive alive.
Snead, the middleman, in the 3-receiver look. Off, Edwards hit from behind, but not before picking up 6 more yards. Ken Bishop made the stop, but what has been a methodical Ball State drive continues with 2nd and medium, and that is not what Pete Lembo wants to see. That's his workhorse running back.
And that is not a good look, especially with Horatio Banks not here because of a knee injury he suffered during practice this week.
We've barely seen Teddy Williamson, the true freshman, who would be the backup to Juwan Edwards. Zane fakes the tight end getting a carry on this drive to give Edwards a little bit of relief, but we'll be stepping aside for just a moment and see if Juwan Edwards can fight through the pain.
Dude, I'm like twice as big.
Does this have to do with Cheez-It Big Crackers being twice as big?
Look, I've been blasting my pecs.
In favor. Much more on this story on SportsCenter right now on ESPN News, and immediately following the game here on ESPN2. Now back to Bob, Dez, and Quinn.
All right, Chris, thanks very much. So we will be following that story throughout the rest of the week, certainly over the weekend, and as the facts become available. That is disturbing news from Tallahassee. 9.5 minutes left between Ball State and Northern Illinois. Ball State on what has been a methodical drive. 2nd down and 5. Keith Wenning with a handoff to the freshman Teddy Williamson. He's brought down for a loss of a half yard. We'll see if that might bring Juwan Edwards back in the game. As just as we went to break, Desmond, it seemed like your analysis of Juwan Edwards was good news for Ball State fans.
Here he comes. There he is.
Just a wind issue.
Fell on the football. Wind knocked out of him as he left the field. You can see him touching his stomach a couple of times. That's all. That workhorse is right back there in the backfield.
3rd down and 5. And Juwan Edwards is averaging close to 6 yards per carry tonight. Blitz coming. Wenning has the pass knocked away.
Wow. I'm telling you, that was Jamal Payton just latched on to Zane fakes. I mean, he's holding him. His arm was wrapped around him the whole time. Wow. They got away with one right there.
So all of a sudden, after we went the better part of 2.5 quarters of both teams driving and scoring at will, now we're exchanging punts. And it has become a field position game as Kyle Schmidt will try and pin Northern Illinois deep. Schmidt trying to angle the kick, and it's a knuckleball. This one will roll inside the 20-yard line. It could work out perfectly. All the way down, close to the 5 before it rolls dead. Ugly but effective.
Exactly.
For Kyle Schmidt. It's the long field for Jordan Lynch and a tie game when we return.
ESPN College Football Primetime, Alabama, Mississippi State, Saturday.
Season of Swamp Pond, OCC on CMT. Channel 327.
ESPN College Football Primetime, brought to you by Call of Duty Ghosts, available now, rated mature, and the 2013 Ford F-150 with EcoBoost.
Down the stretch we come between Northern Illinois and Ball State. If Ball State wins, they clinch a spot in the MAC championship game. And Northern Illinois trying to keep BCS hopes alive, but they are 94 yards away from breaking the tie. Bob Wischusen here with Desmond Howard and Quinn Kesnick down on the field. Jordan Lynch starts with a jet sweep. Tommy Lee Lewis close to a first down as we check in with Quinn.
Deron Brown, dejected, demoralized after that last turnover, really down on himself. First guy who came over, Jordan Lynch, the quarterback. Gave him a little high five, says, coming right back at you, baby, coming right back at you, baby. You see that intangible leadership from Lynch, pumping his teammate back up.
It's hard for a player that's got 7 catches and 173 yards to not be a favorite target for the quarterback. Quarterback draw as Lynch, the first down and then some. Now he's in the open field. Jordan Lynch gets a block and stumbles out to the 39.
Very good run. Following his blocks. Wasn't too graceful at the end of the run. But, I mean, the way he followed his blocks, navigating right up the field. He's a tailback at the quarterback position. There's no doubt about that. He's going to have to do more of that, too, if they're going to win this game tonight. He's going to have to take over this ball game.
Quick snap, quick screen, and nothing there. It'll be second down and long after a loss of a yard.
When Lynch took the snap on that play right there, he had to re-grip the ball. And it forced the ball to come out late, and that's why they got stopped for a loss right there on that play. He had to re-grip it before he threw it.
Second down and 11, Huskies 38.
A step forward and a step back for Lynch. He's looking for the deep ball to Deron Brown again. It's incomplete. Better coverage that time as Eric Patterson was step for step. And now it's third down and 11.
Really good coverage by Patterson, step for step with Brown, the speedster. But you know what? Lynch told Brown, I'm gonna come back to you. He came back to him on that play.
6:57 to go. Can Ball State get a stop and force another punt? And maybe have the football for who knows what might be the final drive. Here comes a blitz. They dial up some pressure. Lynch escapes. Down the sideline. He's got a man for a first down. What a play by Jordan Lynch. And Matt Williams, the redshirt freshman, came back to help him out.
That's one thing that the Huskies receivers, they do a really good job at. Once Lynch breaks contain, they do a fantastic job of breaking their routes and then mirroring the quarterback. They have to mirror him, get to his vision in case he doesn't want to run. Watch out, he's looking down the field. Great play. Excellent play by the receiver. Staying alive and getting open.
First down carry by James Spencer for a yard. I can't imagine, though, being Jay Bateman, the defensive coordinator.
Right.
You dial up the perfect pressure. You've got 2 guys with a straight shot on the quarterback, and it all comes apart.
That's what happens when you play against a quarterback like Jordan Lynch. I mean, he can just do so much. He keeps his head down the field, keeps his eyes down the field so he can see receivers, even when he's out on the edges and it looks like he's going to tuck it and run it.
Deron Brown to the short side of the field. To the near side left is Tommy Lee Lewis. Play action for Lynch. To the end zone. Touchdown, Deron Brown.
He told the young man, I'm going to come back to you. And that's what great leadership does. He would not allow that young man to fall into the tank because of that fumble earlier. He came back to him, gave big touchdown late in the fourth quarter, too. What a great throw. Excellent play call. Wow. Bob Cole dialed up a heck of a play right there.
8 catches, 209 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Deron Brown.
Not a bad night.
Talk about redemption.
Yes, sir.
Forget the fumble. I just gave my team the lead.
What fumble?
A lot of time left, though. 5:49 remaining. Deron Brown took the top off the Ball State defense. His second touchdown reception of the night. And Northern Illinois trying to stay perfect.
Why is it better to get what you want now instead?
It shouldn't be this hard. With creditcards.com, it's easy to search hundreds of cards and apply online. Creditcards.com.
2 big games with BCS implications headlining Thursday and Friday night. Georgia Tech takes on number 8 Clemson's Taj Boyd. Tries to keep the BCS hopes alive for the Tigers. That's at 7:30 on ESPN tomorrow night. And then Friday night, Washington State taking on Brett Hundley. And number 13, UCLA. College football primetime Thursday at 7:30 on ESPN. And Friday at 9 on ESPN 2. The leadership of Jordan Lynch continues to come through. He has made terrific plays tonight. He gives his team the lead with a deep touchdown pass to Deron Brown. But there is lots of time left for Keith Wenning. And he's about to get his chance. 3 yards deep. Jamil Smith brings it out. To the 29-yard line. Well, Desmond, tonight, a big theme for Jordan Lynch has been his ability to extend plays when it looks like he's going down.
I mean, look at this young man right here. This was a crucial play earlier in the game, too, when he spun out of a tackle, got a crucial 3rd down, and look at him right here. Running up the middle, following his blocks. He's a tailback playing the quarterback position. Watch, keeps the play alive, spins out of another tackle, throws the ball down the field for a 1st down.
That was on 3rd and 11.
Huge play. Huge play.
All 3 of those plays led directly to keeping drives alive that resulted in touchdowns. Wenning with a 1st down hookup to Willie Snead. And Snead steps out of bounds at the 47. That's a gain of 18. So Jordan Lynch, the most games with 200+ yards passing and 100 or more yards rushing over the last 10 seasons. Edging out Johnny Manziel and Denard Robinson by 1.
Man, I'll tell you, he's a heck of a player. He's worth the price of admission.
Wenning with a little hitch, almost throws an interception. Well, that was read by Dominique Ware. He jumped the route, almost came up with a pick.
Yeah, he saw that route once or twice tonight and said, you know what, I'm not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe again. I've seen this route. He jumped it. But see, that's why he's playing defensive back. He should have caught that ball. That should have been pick 6.
2nd down and 10. Some running room, Juwan Edwards, and he gains 3. So it brings up a big 3rd down and a long 7 close to 8.
Let's see what Rich Skorsky is going to dial up this time for his offense on 3rd down. This is a huge 3rd down.
Protected over the middle, close to the 1st down, but not quite there to Zane Fakes. It's 4th down and 1.
What do you do? What do you do?
In plus territory, just inside the 45-yard line. They have to get to the 43 for a 1st down.
You got to go for it.
On 4th and longer than 1, you can make the argument to let your defense go play and punt it down inside the 10-yard line. But 4th down and a yard?
Yeah, you got to go for it.
Here's Juwan Edwards as the tailback. 2 tight ends. no deep safeties. Would Ball State take a shot? It's not there for Edwards. Northern Illinois sells out to stop the run, and Edwards runs right into the heart of the Husky defense.
Huge defensive stop for the Huskies. Huge. Wow. That's with a bow up front. I mean, they've been getting manhandled all night by the Cardinals offensive line. But when it counted the most, 4th and 1, they got penetration. Edwards couldn't get started. George Rainey. Big play by George Rainey, number 46.
And Joe Windsor was there to help on the stop as well. They were the first two to get penetration and get to Juwan Edwards. It is demoralization on the Ball State sideline, but this game is a long way from over. And Ball State has to realize that. They've got all their timeouts. There's 3:47 to go. Northern Illinois is nowhere near field goal range. They'll need at least 2, maybe 3 first downs to get to the point where they can try a field goal to make it a 2-possession game. So you've got at least 2 or 3 chances on defense to get a stop and get the ball back for your offense.
Curious to see what Coach Cole, the offensive coordinator, is going to do now. You got Stingley in the backfield. Give it to Stingley. Yep. Makes perfect sense.
Is close to a first down.
And that's his game plan. You know, bring Stingley in late when you wear defense down. Just let him move the pile. Let guys jump on his back and go for a ride and eat up the clock at the same time.
Well, according to the coaches for Northern Illinois, 72% of Cameron Stingley's yards are after contact.
And if you watch this kid play, you will understand why.
It's like handing the ball to a human bowling ball.
It really is.
And now Northern Illinois letting the clock wind down and emptying the backfield. Jordan Lynch will run it. He gets bottled up. A gain of only a couple. And now with the clock at 3:02, Pete Lumbo will call timeout. Sometimes coaches will let the clock get down to that 2-minute range and maybe wait for the next set of downs to spend their timeouts. But it looks like Coach Lembo is deciding to make his stand here and spend timeouts before 2nd down and a long 8 close to 9. Pac-12 rivals collide on Saturday Night Football. Tyler Gaffney and the number 4 Cardinal roll into the Coliseum with control of the Northern Division. And their sights on a BCS game. They'll have to get through Javorius Allen and USC. They still are looking to earn a spot in the Pac-12 title game and maybe the Rose Bowl game by winning their remaining games. So a lot on the line. Saturday Night Football presented by Windows. Stanford USC Saturday at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ABC.
2nd down and 8.
Lynch on a keeper. Gets outside. Uses the stiff arm. Jordan Lynch and slides down inbounds. Is that smart?
Very smart. Had the presence of mind that, hey, I can't get any more real estate, no more yards. I'm going to go ahead and slide down so this clock can keep ticking.
As soon as they set the ball ready for play, the clock will start again, and there it goes with 2:50 remaining. Still 2 timeouts left for Ball State, but now they have to get a stop. 1 more first down will end the game for Northern Illinois. Post snap and a handoff to Stingley. And now the next timeout will be called by Pete Lembo. So let's take a look at our BCS standings brought to you by Vizio, and let's focus on 11 through 20. This is the area where Fresno State, Northern Illinois, those non-BCS automatic qualifiers, are wondering what's going to happen with UCF. If they win the American, will they stay behind them in the BCS standings? And also some of those other teams that are in that area around Fresno State and Northern Illinois wondering if they can hop up.
Yeah, it's so botched up in that area. These teams, they have so many big games left in the season that you just don't know how it's going to pan out. But I tell you what, this is a big game right now for Northern Illinois. If they can come away with this victory, I think they really can control their own destiny and probably be a BCS buster again.
And looking at what Fresno State has left, this win tonight, if Northern Illinois holds on and gets it, considering what's on the line, might be as impressive, if not more impressive, than what Fresno State might still be able to accomplish with a championship game in the MAC still out there to be had. Maybe they hop over Fresno State and get inside the top 16 themselves as the highest ranked non-AQ team, and they might bust the BCS again.
That's true too, Bob.
Tommy Lee Lewis, quick hitter, out of bounds, but close to a first down. And it looks like he has the first down for Northern Illinois, and that should just about do it. Only one timeout left for Ball State. But Northern Illinois can all but end the game now. Pete Limbo tried to use his timeouts, but his defense could not get a stop. And the fifth-year senior lets the clock wind all the way down before handing to Stingley. Limbo will now spend his last timeout after a gain of 1.5 yards. But mathematically, it shouldn't matter. As now, with no timeouts left, Northern Illinois can probably just take a knee.
Yeah, and that's probably what they will do, because I'm not going to hand the ball off again. You know, Ball State's pretty good, don't forget, at causing turnovers and stripping the ball. So at this point, give the ball to Lynch, now take a knee, run out the clock, chalk it up as another win.
And the home field dominance continues for Northern Illinois. Assuming a miracle doesn't happen for Ball State, this would be 25 in a row for Northern Illinois here at Husky Stadium. The longest current win streak in college football. They haven't lost at home since September of 2009 when they lost to Idaho.
Wow. That is impressive.
There's not a true senior on this team that's ever lost a game in this stadium. And they're going to finish it in style with a touchdown by Lynch.
That's a pretty signature moment right there for Jordan Lynch. Impressive run to put away Ball State. You don't see many quarterbacks do that, that's for sure. Watch how he finishes the run. It's like an exclamation point to this game. Bob, come for a ride, fella. I'll take you to the end zone with me, baby.
Northern Illinois had wins this season on the road against Iowa, on the road against Purdue. BCS conference teams, obviously both in the Big Ten. But you talked about this opponent for Ball State being the toughest they would face this season. And Ball State gave them about as much of a test as they could have asked for, but the fifth-year senior calmly did what the fifth-year senior does, and that is win the game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, you look at what Ball State did. They kept this game tight until late to the fourth quarter, but Jordan Lynch, just too much Jordan Lynch tonight. He did just about everything. A pooch punt. Here he is right here. Crucial third down. Stays on his feet. Gets the first down by inches. Throwing touchdowns. Don't forget about the touchdowns the other guys dropped earlier tonight, too. And then here, the exclamation point to a fine performance. Just runs over Ball State Cardinal, takes him into the end zone with him. What a very impressive performance right now for Jordan Lynch. 345 yards passing, but probably over 500 yards total offense, maybe?
468.
468.
468 yards of total offense, which really for Jordan Lynch statistically is just another day at the office.
Exactly.
But the implications of where this game was at halftime, tied at 27 in the fourth quarter. The fact that he has led his team on 3 touchdown drives in the second half. And Ball State's only scored 3 points in the second half. So give a lot of credit to the Northern Illinois defense as well.
That's true.
And that gets lost in the shuffle because you give so much credit to the quarterback, obviously, and he's a superstar player.
Yeah. You have to give credit to Jay Neiman, the defensive coordinator, for going in there at halftime, making some adjustments, and holding Ball State to just a field goal in the second half.
So now Ball State without timeouts. And they are down by 2 scores with 1:10 to go. Northern Illinois is more than happy to exchange yardage for time. So a 6-yard completion, tackling Zane fakes inbounds. That's just fine by the Huskies. And Wenning has to settle underneath, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Joe Windsor. The cherry on top from Northern Illinois. Out of bounds at the 1. No, it's a touchdown.
Pick 6.
They finally signal that it is a score for Joe Windsor.
Pick 6 for Joe. Wow. He threw it right to him. Never saw Joe standing right in the middle of the field, trying to get the ball to his tight end. Zane fakes and threw it right to Joe Windsor. And Joe's pretty athletic too. No, he's a defensive end, but he's a very athletic, very lean defensive end.
And a shame for Keith Wenning as he tried to force one down by 2 scores with the game all but over.
Yep.
So what was a 27-27 tie not long ago now looks like a Northern Illinois blowout.
Exactly.
Your score, Huskies 48, Cardinals 27.
The defense, they really showed up in the second half. We have to give credit to the Huskies defense. They really played a magnificent game this second half. They took over. I don't know what Jay Neiman told those guys at halftime, but they got their act together. They came out here and, man, played fantastic.
So the longest active conference win streak in the country will continue. This will be the 23rd consecutive MAC game for Northern Illinois that they'll come up on the plus side. They haven't lost a MAC game since the 2011 MAC opener. And Jordan Lynch has never lost as a starter in this building. And there is not a true senior for Northern Illinois that has lost a home game. There are only a handful of 5th-year seniors that are still on this team the last time Northern Illinois lost at home.
That's pretty impressive. They've done a great job here, though. They've built a winning program here in Northern Illinois. So that's a testament to the hard work, the sacrifice, and dedication of these coaches and these players.
Juwan Edwards brought down at about the 29-yard line. Well, talking to Pete Lembo this week, I was talking to him about the difference between these 2 programs. And he brought up an interesting point about Northern Illinois. If you look at the practice facility that they just opened that we showed you earlier, and the scope of their facilities and their recruiting budget, how they are trying to expand the success of this program, and they've done a great job of it. And there's the practice facility right in the background of the stadium.
Beautiful.
They're trying to become the Boise of the Midwest. That was according to Pete Lembo. He thinks they're modeling their program after Boise State.
Which is not a bad program to model your program after. I mean, they've done a fantastic job with that program. So,
Now a little pushing and shoving. You don't want to see this game end with any kind of an altercation.
We don't need all that extra stuff. We don't need that.
Coming up right after the game live, it'll be Sports Center. There's a lot to talk about. The Sixers and the Rockets with an amazing game in overtime. How about the Sixers? Their over-under at the start of the season was like 16 wins.
Unbelievable.
They're leading their division after the first 2 weeks. Jordan Williams on what might be the final play of the game. That will end it. So Jordan Lynch in a 27-27 tie at the start of the fourth quarter, leading Northern Illinois to 2 big touchdown drives and allowing them to put away Ball State. For Quinn Kesnick, Desmond Howard, I'm Bob Wischusen. A terrific night for Jordan Lynch, and Northern Illinois stays perfect. 48-27 is the final. Sports Center is coming up next here on ESPN2 with Stuart Scott and John Butchie-Gross.
Welcome to college football prime time inside the Glass Bowl in Toledo. It's a action matchup. Number 16 Illinois in the BCS number 16 comes to Toledo to take on a Rocket team that's looking for some revenge. And here come the Rockets right now. They have won 5 in a row, and this has made the MAC West an exciting race. It's very simple for the Huskies. If they win tonight, NIU, they win the West, they go on to the MAC championship game. If Toledo gets the win tonight, they control their own destiny. If they win out, they'll be MAC champions. Hello again, everybody, along with Desmond Howard and Quinn Kesnick. We'll hear from him in a moment. I'm Dave Lamont. Thank you for joining us for Wednesday night action.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
Toledo is a very good football team. They had a tough schedule at the beginning. They took on 2 SEC teams to start things out. You cannot undersell this Toledo team. You do so at your own risk.
No, you're right about that. You said they're on a 5-game winning streak, and during those 5 games, they've averaged 45 points per contest. Their quarterback, Terrence Owens, he's